That is weird.
Technical issues here. I think I got them resolved. Hey, Lord Force. What's up, Michael? You just make sure. Can you hear me? Michael, please let me know if you can hear me. No, that was me. My headset stopped working. For some bizarre reason. I'm just making sure you guys can hear me. Good. Okay, we're good. Gotcha, McClellan. Okay. I'm just going for Anna. It just added me to start tonight. So, awesome. Hey, Blue Jay. Wolf.
Your repurposed freighter drifts through space.
All right, good.
As you stare out at the star-flecked
Headset
void,
was
another ship comes in.
lost its connectivity.
Is this sci-fi? I thought we agreed on a World War II campaign. Oh. Did we? That's cool. I can pivot. The smell of smoke curdles in your nostrils. Hold up. I thought we were prepping for a zombie apocalypse campaign. All right, here's what we're doing. It's the year 3700. Humanity's elite fled to other planets long ago, taking with them all forms of advanced technology. Earth survivors scrape by with historic tools as weird phenomena plague abandoned nuclear sites. Witnesses report seeing glowing lights and the dead rising from their graves. And amidst the chaos, three strangers will meet in a dim bar. A veteran zombie slayer, a disgraced general out for revenge, and a space mercenary sent to investigate the power plants. Now describe your characters. How did you do that? I have the right tools for the job.
Very strange. We're good. So I think we're good now. Vector. Lots of weird stuff. All right. No drop frames. That's what I'm more worried about. So we're looking good. I haven't set the drawing up yet. Give me a sec. That. Boom, 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 boom. Now we're good. Good there.
A story once spoken is ageless. The dungeon imagined without end. The curious are the ones most courageous. The tree that endures has to bend. From stillness the mad mage is stirring. From countless voices the castle takes shape. Zagig will test the enduring. Those unlucky will never escape.
All right. How are you?
Hey, how you doing?
No mic tonight, remember, but it looks like Malden will be on average.
Okay, good.
We're gonna do
Yeah. Well,
Wilderness
it's sad
first.
that we miss. I will miss Mike, but Meldon is a good, very good trade-off.
Yeah, we'll get him on. So we're gonna do Wilderness first.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's an expert on Dungeoneers. Yeah, isn't that awesome? Man, that's a huge Kickstarter too. I did the full 380. I want all the books, you know. So I did the full shebang one. Why not?
Let's see here.
What am I doing here? See, now I'm off a second on what I'm supposed to press. Hey, Savage. Ah! Kicked off this week.
Yep. There we go.
Bum. So, I gotta share something first.
Okay.
A couple things that get us rolling tonight. I'll start singing a Barry Manilow song shortly.
Uh-oh.
You'll see. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Wrong button. Wrong button.
POV, I had 30 minutes before my campaign group showed up, and I was totally unprepared. I grabbed my Ready Set Encounter box and boom, everything I needed for an epic session. Adventure hooks, map tiles, loot tables, stat blocks, and miniatures, all ready to go. My players still think I spent hours planning our Great Dragon encounter.
I guess any
if you're a
little
busy
news
Dungeon
is
Master,
major
get Ready
news
Set
to certain
Encounter
people,
live
which
now
is
on
funny.
Kickstarter.
So, yeah.
POV, I had 30 minutes before my campaign group showed up, and I was totally unprepared.
By the way, I'm gonna start doing that
I
with
grabbed
you
my
instead
Ready
of
Set
Todd
Encounter
Stashik.
box, and boom,
You have a new-
everything I
Anna, you
needed
have a
for
very
an
good
epic
friend
session.
now.
Adventure hooks,
Oh, I
map
have a very
tiles,
good friend.
loot
Yes,
tables,
Brian
stat blocks, and
Blumklotz,
miniatures,
'cause he's
all
stated
ready to go.
specifically.
My players
My
still
very
think
good-
I
I'm
spent
very
hours
good friends
planning
with Anna
our
Meyer.
Great Dragon
Well,
encounter.
I always
If you're a
regarded
busy
him as a
Dungeon
good
Master,
friend,
get
so
Ready
yeah.
Set Encounter live now on
But
Kickstarter.
Yeah. I always have. Yeah. So I'm glad he does too.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there's more development on Ian World.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, then I need to go there and yeah,
Yes.
check it out. Yeah.
Yes. From yesterday, around noon. See a big picture of IUs.
IUs? Oh, it's a new article.
You'll see on the front page.
The front page.
Yes, that's where we're going.
Oh, okay. Now okay, got
According
you.
to
Yeah.
team member, I wonder who that is. Yeah. that's it. Yeah. Yay.
Yeah, you mentioned. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
My name.
well-
Oh, my map is there too. Damn.
I know. I didn't do that. So.
No,
they
no,
did
but
that.
he found that one because
Yeah.
it's or maybe Stephen.
No, he
That's
found it.
creative. It's Creative Commons, so it's available on my website. So yeah, I did it years ago. Oh wow.
Test. Sorry, just me. They can still hear me. My microphone's acting weird. My headset. But as long as you guys can still hear me, that's good. And we're early, but that's okay.
This is kind of funny. Yeah.
It is, isn't it? Isn't it?
They make a lot of conclusions here.
Yeah,
So,
like,
yeah.
oh no, it's going to be pro
Well,
living GREYHAWK
they-
and all. Yeah.
They haven't read half of what the previous posts
Or
were about.
or they didn't watch the post where I linked it. No, one. where
But they
we talk
didn't
about-
listen to
Stream.
Luke's and Dan Ayub's press conference because that's when a lot of this was mentioned, and now they have other theories. And if
Yeah.
they watched that one, they could have been
Thanks, Lando. Yeah, fun times. right, so we got classic D&D reprints tonight. Hey, Patrick. We're gonna come live early. Jeremy. Okay. Welcome everyone.
Oh, sorry.
Sound good? Oh, now I dropped some frames, so it looks like it stopped.
Uh-oh.
Freaking crazy. Hope you're all doing well. Everyone can hear me clearly, and that's all I care about.
Oh, I need to log into chat here. I forgot that.
All right. So, do you want gossip first, or do you want? I finally got. By the way, Jeremy.
No, we want gossip first. We can't resist gossip.
Jeremy Ashlar, I got all my stuff. I got the final box today. Thank you. They're all here. I'll show all that stuff in a second. Let's go to gossip. Gossip. But it's helped because I got a whole bunch of new followers. Oh, by the way, I gotta start. I gotta note some of them. Give me 1 second here. Yeah. So yeah. Boom and boom. Okay. Those. All right. Also, yeah, everything's great. Thank you. Everything's great. So let's go to this page here. We are good. All right, the cover of EN World. Woo! This is from yesterday. GREYHAWK book is not Shieldlands, but Borderlands of Ice, according to team member. Uh-oh, who opened their big mouth?
That is the easy part to have an idea about.
Jay Scott, the book is actually called Mel's Guide to GREYHAWK, the Borderlands of Use. Okay. And I got this big picture from Eyes the Evil. I don't know why. And then talking about here, where I said, I think Luke was talking about it's in the Shieldlands. The book's not called the Shieldlands. Part of it's in the Shieldlands. Look, Scott also mentioned the team was small, including Stephen Radney McFarland and Les Oblivion Seeker Reno. So I gave them shout outs, right? So, and then the speculation starts. They throw an Animap in there. Yeah. So very cool. And then it really, all the speculation starts, and it's fun. It's all fun. So yeah, there you go. And then here, possibly more importantly, Scott also refers to the book as Book One. Whoops. Well, that's good. See, we're getting everyone excited. Hitting that a series of books is on the table. Additionally, he refers to the old gritty GREYHAWK while being written in current 5.5 2024 rule set. True. Finally, he notes no WotC personnel are involved with the project. True. Although the book is official GREYHAWK D&D WotC content. True. We can write it and they can publish it. So I don't see what the big deal about it is. Yeah, I know. It's just funny. It's funny. So there you go. There you go. So I made it. Looks like I made it to EN World, and no one called me insane in this one like they did on the previous one of the previous posts where they questioned my sanity. So guess I made it there, and we linked a whole bunch of stuff. This guy Mort is very supportive of it. Look, this makes me look forward to it more. I, as the Scott Brother, have always been my favorite antagonist. It's for more gritty. Curious to see what the implication will be. There's a lot of speculation goes on. You can read this at your leisure. There's a whole bunch of other ones on there, so there you go. Yes, Norker. So there, read it and weep. And this wasn't an interview. This is pulled from a post on a previous.
Oh yeah, no one from EN World has contacted me about anything.
Well, no, Morris said he wanted to know more about who I was, and I gave him a whole. That's when I went overboard in that previous one. Gave him all my credentials, and then he's like, "Okay, thanks."
Then he couldn't ignore you.
Yeah. Ius Lore first book. We'll see. This is going to be a setup book. Yeah. So
I like Morris. I met him once at the Ennies back in the day at Gen Con, and I listened to and watched his podcast that he has every week. So I like it. Yep.
Yeah. So there you go. Yep. All right. There's rumors.
That's my only contact, and I also bought the. I was in on the Level Up podcast. Sorry, Kickstarter from and that's EN Publishing, which is the publishing arm of the same company. So,
So we got some good stuff going. All right, I got a cat up here, by the way, right here. So some stuff. I finally got all my from Jeremy. Hey, thank you for doing all that, Astro Liar. I got my stuff. So I had a DM's kit and a platinum badge. I didn't keep a lot of it, but here's some of the stuff I kept. All right, you gotta jump down here. Yeah, jump, 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 jump. There you go. This is stuff that was in the set. I gave away a lot. It's insane. This is Gary Con stuff. So, I guess these are both from Chaosium. From Pendragon starter set. Looks interesting. And the RuneQuest starter set. So I got both those. Right. Troll Lord, a Gods and Legends book. I don't think I had this one already. I think I only have it in PDF. Yep. All right. And then this, which is called, I don't know what this is. I gotta ask Chuck. Directing the Game, Gary Con 18 exclusive edition. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's got the Gary Con exclusive on that. So I kept that because it had that logo. From Necromancer Games, I think I have one of these, or maybe it's a different. Maybe it's a different one. The Book of Lost Spells, 5e Necromancer Games. So I'm assuming these are the ones. Michael Z, you told me you had a ton. They have a ton of these in the warehouse. I think they were the ones you told me about. Yeah. Hopefully, Book of Lost Spells is great. Good to hear. Hopefully Curtis isn't on because you guys can rat me out. I guess that's a dice bag. Gaycon dice bag. There's my DM for DMing, right?
Oh, so that's the swag you got in.
Yeah. I gave away a ton of it.
Gotcha.
And then somehow, watch this. That multiplies.
Oh, I got one. That was my only swag. By the way, that was the only swag I got from Gary Con. I don't know if they forgot my bag or if I not supposed to have one or I don't know. But in a way, I'm happy because I had room for it in the bag.
Well, I love giving stuff away. So like,
that's great. Yep.
It's because I DM twice, maybe. That's a good point. That's a good point. I did DM 2 games. Then for my good friend Todd Stashrick, although I paid for this, that's the pre-book Dark Age of Fear, signed, all the other goodies, number 57. So I wanted to get this because
I sifted through one when they were showing it around, but I didn't get that one. I hope that they will send me one eventually when the Kickstarter, when the printed edition will come.
And I got this right
because
of this.
Yeah.
All right. So
because
this is
you
the
got that.
Elminster, The Making of a Mage book, which is signed by Ed on the inside, but right. So I got Ed signed, which I can get Ed to sign it at any time, but it has this, and this is the extra chapter that exists nowhere else that got cut out of the book, and I had as an insert. So I have that, and I spent I was going to do the donation anyway. So but that was the big one there, was to get that. So. All right, so that's a lot of the swag that I brought home with me. There's a couple other things. I think there's isn't there a Mr. Potato Head, which is a beholder or something? It's down the box downstairs. A couple other things, but you just wanted to share that because I just got it in. So hey, what's up, Tarva? All right, so tonight, no Mike tonight, but we're gonna have now. The Ever Mysterious Tim is on vacation, but he's down the shore. If anyone knows, he's in Cape May. He may hop on. And then Malden will be in an hour or two. So tonight we're going to go over the Wilderness and Dungeoneers Survival Guides. Yay! And they're fun. So, and I do have the giveaway going, correct? I think so.
Yep, I have my both PDF and physical copy here. So
I left mine in the basement.
Of both of them.
Yeah, I forgot something. Oh well, I'm not going to run down there now.
It's okay.
I left them both down in the basement.
So I just wanted to show that because these are dear to me. These are one of the weirdly enough, the early days, almost all the books, like the GREYHAWK box set, Unearthed Arcana, these books, I read them at the Med because when I had time over was when I was on vacation. So I took the D&D books when I was on vacation, and I think I read these on my first journey to Sicily.
Really?
It was 86. Yes, I
Wow.
think these were in the Sicily because they came out 86. Or maybe I was 87 I don't think I read them the summer 86. I think it was the summer 87 when I read them, and they were almost a year old
Stone
because I got them somewhere probably since they came out 86. I'm probably sure I got them like late 86, early 87, and I read them
86.
over the summer. Yeah, and they are the same year, but I remember I had them
Let's
in
see.
my little green
Oh yeah, they
backpack,
are.
and I read them. Yep, read them there. So that's why I have a lot of fond memories of these because I read them laying under a parasol in somewhere in some warm Mediterranean country.
Yeah, so guess what? I did not know until like a week ago about this, and we'll go to that. This, I had no
I didn't
idea.
know about them until you sent them to
Yeah,
me or
oh,
you mentioned them on
no.
Sunday. Yeah.
So we'll go over those two.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
As
need to
add-on, I had
open
no
those
idea.
PDFs here as well. Yeah.
So and that just goes to show you that you think you know everything about the early days, and I didn't. So yeah, but a lot of it is just basic encounters. But we'll talk about that. Yeah, they're cool. All right, so the Wilderness Survival Guide first, because Malden's an expert on the Dungeoneers Survival Guide, and he becomes on with him talking about what he's an expert with. So we'll do the Wilderness Survival Guide first. Um, so you may get a feel for both of these books, especially if you like Patrick and Ancient Gamer and a bunch of other people who play in Tim's games. You'll really get a feel for this because Tim utilizes a lot of stuff from these books. I a lot less. Yes. And that hey, that that's why one of the reasons why we do this nostalgia, and if you're running a game now, you may be able to utilize things here. That's great to hear. Really appreciate that thought. There, Daniel. And oh, by the way, thank you for the follow just 18 hours ago. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. So, the gift of non-weapon proficiencies. Well, non-weapon proficiencies are not feats. They're different, right? They are different. So, okay. So there we go. That's funny. Very, very funny. Okay. So they aren't feats.
Yes.
They're their
Yeah. They're
own,
much more like skills.
much more
Yeah.
like skills. Yeah. Kin to
hmm
skills. All right.
Yeah, because if you come in 5e and stuff, you can probably not imagine D&D without skills, but they didn't have skills, and feats came in third edition, and skills came in for like here's the earlier versions of
Right.
it, and it was several Oriental
Yeah.
Adventures, Wilderness, all the after the core books had come out, that's when these non-weapon proficiencies or whatever they were called, the skill system started to come in place. And then it grew more in second edition, and then it became kind of a solid part of D&D in third edition, not an add-on. It was
That's good to see.
solidly in the mechanics. Yeah.
Well, I agree, Josh. I think blind fighting's a feat. In my game, it is. So just depends. There's crossovers with them
hmm
too, because it's
Well,
one of
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just that it's basically you handle things that a character can do mechanically in two different ways. That's basically feats
absolutely.
and proficiencies. And the different editions have handled the different things differently, so to speak. And so, yeah, so it's kind of,
So
yeah.
a quick nostalgia thing too. Do you remember
hmm
The Hobbit? And in The Hobbit, they go into the dwarves and Gandalf all go and Bilbo go into the cave because the
hmm
stone giants are fighting. I
Yeah.
I always thought, and in the movie, it's actually like the mountains are the stone giants, right? They're not
Yeah.
giants.
Yeah. Exactly.
Whenever I saw this, I was like, that's more of what I thought about this cover was like, yeah, there's stone, giants of some
hmm
kind hanging around up on the peak. That's
Yeah.
kind of where it
Yeah.
went with that. And by the way, so if you don't know who Kim Moen is, oh God, I was going to say something. He passed, but he was a long time main editor of Dragon Magazine. Did a
Oh,
lot of
yes.
writing.
Yeah.
Also was the main editor for Ghosts of Saltmarsh, because they asked him to come back to do that, if I
Yep.
recall.
Yep.
I think that was the
And
last thing he
he
did.
did work for Cobalt Press. So I met
Yep.
him back at Gen
Yeah.
Con, my first Gen Con actually. Yep.
Yeah, good guy.
And yeah, so he did work for Cobalt Press and then later Wizards all the way up until the end. So yeah.
So it says here, so notice that this tells you that the Dungeoneers is first, because it says here, Doug Niles, who wrote a book that was a very tough act to follow. So we know Dungeoneers Survival Guide was written first, just by that line there.
Yeah.
But we'll
Yeah.
do them out of order. So he thanks Gary Gygax, Harold Johnson, Frank Menser, and my dear Pamela, whose faith in me is exceeded only by my faith in her. Very cool.
Yeah. And this is kind of interesting because these books were some of the first things that were published, major things that were published by TSR after Gary was ousted from the company, so to speak. So this was kind of a little bit of a new start. And in my opinion, Wilderness Guide is the most interesting of the two books, but the Dungeoneers Guide is the one that I think is way better than the Wilderness Guide. But Wilderness Guide is more interesting in the way that before the Wilderness Guide, there were no outdoor rules in the game at all.
No.
It was supposed to be a dungeon game. That's it, so to speak. So Wilderness Guide opens a whole new frontier in the game's history, so to speak. So in this way, the Wilderness Guide, I think, is the more significant one. But weirdly enough, I think Dungeoneers Survival Guide is the better one of the two by far. And they have different scope we will go into when we go over them, so to speak. And to me it's weird because when I read this book, I was like 20-year-old me was like, wow, this is so cool. This is one of the most awesome books ever. Now 60-year-old me, much more jaded and not like tables that much, but like, yeah, I like the ideas behind this book, but no, I don't want the rules like this at all, so to speak. So yeah, but
notice,
it's an interesting
not a small
book. Yeah.
It's got 127 pages.
No, it's not. And if you want to play by these rules, oh God, then you're in for a treat or a nightmare, depending on.
You need to pick and choose.
Yeah.
That's exactly, with
yes,
this stuff
yeah,
is
yeah,
what you want to do
yeah.
here.
But thematically, this book is really, really interesting. And because it literally opens a whole new frontier to the game.
Xanderific with a raid.
Yeah.
Why isn't it stating that? See, it should be Xanderific. It should be coming in. Let me re-shout it. That's weird. It did not pop up. So let me see if I can get that get that hopped up there. I wish.
Yeah. And another thing with these books is that they were made when TSR had a reasonable amount of money and production values and stuff. So they're not skimped upon. Meaning we have a lot of art from the best artists in the game and stuff. So and they are chock full of stuff. So and lots of pages and stuff. So they were done with a lot of love and attention, but they were also breaking new grounds. And that is especially true in the Wilderness Survival Guide because that hasn't aged that well. Dungeoneers have aged much better.
Yeah, Xanderific.
But
I went to my, so there was a glitch in my, I think I know why it didn't go up. There was a glitch in my Streamlabs and now it's not showing in my log. So I can't hit the button. Oh, I can't re-shout it out like some of the other ones. I apologize. I would have loved to. Re-shout you out. Thank you so very much for the raid in. It's really appreciated. And note, we have a giveaway. So I think we're going to do this. If you have these, I will, of course, make it others. But look, they're not, the shouts aren't working currently. Look, GREYHAWK guys isn't working there either. Yeah, they're not working. That's what it is. Something's wrong with the shout outs all of a sudden. Just stopped. Treasures of GREYHAWK and Beyond the Crystal Cave for the winner. And if you have both those or one of those, I'll swap it out with something else. No problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like my once again, CloudBot again it's always something, isn't it? Let's see if I can reactivate it. Yeah. All right, because it was working.
Yep.
It was working. Now it's not.
And just because I criticized the book a bit, I think Kim Moen did a fantastic job because we always have to
book to do.
Exactly. We
Let me
always
see.
have to look to
Let me do a test here.
the context when it was made. There were no other wilderness rules for that game, or probably
All right, I
hardly
got it
any
reworking
fantasy
now.
role-playing game ever. And I think he did a fantastic, thorough job that I really, really enjoyed, and I used a lot of it early on. And now, me with 40 years of gaming experience and being much more lazy, I'm not running the games the way I did when I was 20. So yeah.
What is this? So
Hmm.
talks about like how to use this. Um,
Yeah.
Using these rules will require both the dungeon master and the players of the campaign to pay much more attention to details than they might have disregarded or passed over lightly. True,
Hmm. Yep.
especially if you're using, you're keeping track of time, and all that.
Yeah.
Food, getting hungry, all that is
Yeah.
available in here.
Yeah.
So,
And it was so funny when I discussed this book when I bought it. The guy who had that game store, he was the one that later got a license to translate the second edition, the AD&D, to Swedish. But anyway, and he said, I don't like this book. And I said, why? And I said, fantasy is about superhero. They should be cool. Meaning Conan the Barbarian, he carried his damn camel through the desert. He didn't die of starvation and thirst and stuff like that. So that was his take on this book, and I was like, "No, I'm gonna like it anyway." So I remember I loved the book, and he was more like, "Nah, this is not fantasy." He didn't want this stuff, but I think it's something that you should definitely read this book if you've been into D&D or a fantasy game, because it has an aspect to the game that you need to adhere to in some ways or not. You need to be aware of the aspect of the game, I think. And then you need to think about how much of it you want to implement.
yeah, and if you implement all this in these books, you're insane. All right, just
Exactly.
just
Yeah.
note that. I
Hmm.
mean,
Yeah.
even Tim
Yeah.
doesn't go that far.
Exactly. And if you don't implement anything, you're missing out on
Yeah,
stuff,
there's
so to
little stuff
speak.
here and there which is really cool.
Hmm. Yep.
So I'll put that Tim head in there 4 times for you all. Yes, even Tim. Keep pot, cave potholing and Dungeoneers Guide and weather tables. Yep, it's a lot of detail, but
Hmm.
this book is meant for. It's basically a supplemental rules book. So
Yeah, and it has
temperature.
some other
Yeah,
aspect where we get to later in
yeah.
later chapters where I think it's still very, very strong.
It goes over terminology, proficiency checks,
Hmm.
just the basic things, overview of the wilderness.
Yeah.
So, you know me with my table setup, I love outdoor adventuring.
Hmm.
But do I get into the cold effects that much in the weather?
No,
No.
because your outdoor adventuring is very scenic.
Yes,
Since that's the beauty of the game table is that you can make it into detail and you treat it like a dungeon. The drawback is that you're limited by the size of the table
true,
and what
true.
you can fit on it.
Yeah,
And this comes with every playstyle.
yeah.
There is always pros and cons no matter what. So you just have to play to the strength and skip the bits that your playstyle doesn't cover, so to speak.
The giveaway's working. I got a whole bunch of people in it. Let me see here. 1 second here. Comma. Let me see if you're in. If you're in, it's just probably not showing.
Hello, Curtis.
So Curtis, it's show. I don't see you in there though. Give it another shot there. Yeah. Actually, see if let me just see if the shout out works. Stupid. Oh, look at that. So my stream, it's not working at all. No, yeah. Look. Oh, give me a second. This stupid thing. It got half of you
Don't
in.
worry, we have time. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh huh. Oh, okay. Hold on. All right. Try it now. Try it now, everyone. Give it another shot. I think it'll work now. I think that for exclamation point drawing if you're not in yet. There it goes. Uh, yeah. Oh, if it's not one thing, it's another. The life of a streamer, right? You know. All right. Well, at least that works. recent events now. All right, so I can get off that screen here and go. See, recent events is something terribly went wrong. So something is going on their end here, and that's why I'm not getting any updates. Here, let me exit that and go back in. Yeah, if you're in already, it's fine. You're in already, it's fine. Let me just relog into Streamlabs here. It could yeah, it looks like it's them. I can't log into Streamlabs now. Thing. Let me try it on the main computer. No. Look at that. All right, Streamlabs is down.
Uh-oh.
All right, it's Streamlabs. Streamlabs is down. All right. Yeah, well, you can still enter. I just can't, like, we're not gonna get any shout outs or anything like that. Streamlabs is down. Yep. Yep. We'll see how long that lasts. Usually they're up pretty quickly. Ah, stupid thing.
Well, it happens. Yep.
Yeah, it does. It does. Can't even get to their website. Okay. All right, we'll just let that go. Alrighty. So, talking about different types of terrain, desert, forest.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting because
hills, mountains.
these are so they just use these basic ones, and to me they're not really, they don't cover many forest. Could be anything from a jungle to a taiga, so to
Right,
speak,
they
and
had
they are
taiga
very
in here.
different.
The taiga is in here. Right here.
Yeah.
Forest
Mm-hmm.
taiga.
Yeah. So they, yeah, to me it's interesting because this kind of shines a light on the answer, meaning the wargaming side that D&D came from.
Right.
That's where a lot of this, because in a role-playing game, this makes less sense to turn it into just these specific terrain types, so to speak.
True.
To me, it will be more interesting to first know what climate type, meaning is it
there's not much
basic
on
climate type.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that to me is, and then you have what kind of elevation. Is it flat or is it hilly?
Yeah.
And then the climate, and then you can go from there, so to speak.
Yeah, I think you're right, Curtis. Taiga is like perennial forest, right?
Yes.
But the issue is that I think that if he did that, half the book would be on that.
Oh, yes. Yeah, they need to simplify things, but it's interesting. They simplified it towards the roots of the game, meaning more like war gamers did back in the day.
So it's funny here. A proficiency check is accomplished the same way as an ability check. But here it says an unmodified die roll of 19 or 20 on a proficiency check indicates automatic failure. Instead of just like if you go over, like if you're doing it against like your stats, which is weird. Yeah.
Can mention taiga is the Russian word for evergreen cold forest, so to speak, that you have in around the whole northern from Scandinavia to Alaska, Canada, all the way across Asia, Europe, and North America.
So it was also a very powerful. Wasn't taiga red and green for the multi-land card in Magic the Gathering? I think it was red and green. Taiga.
Yep.
I don't have 4 of those. I think I had 3 of those. Yeah. So here's your initial weapon proficiencies. Look, as you can see, Art Arcana is included because you got the barbarian in there. Yeah. So and some others. And this is added. You got your initial weapons and your initial non. Now, if you know what I did, I made some changes to that. I made it so that, and it's just 1 per every 3 levels. I merged my feats into my proficiency system when I used 3rd edition feats, and I gave them a level quicker. So fighters get them every other level, every 2 levels instead of every 3. So so make that speed that up a bit. But that is not non-weapon proficiencies. That's weapon proficiencies or spell proficiencies or whatever. So yeah. And then you have your, it just tells you, how many you get, and then 1 per however many levels you get. And here they are. And you're right. Some of these do not belong, like blind fighting definitely is a feat. but there are no feats yet. So they're doing their best here. And that's not a big list. Really, that's not a big list at
Well,
all.
it started small and then expanded and then retracted again because then it became too unwieldy. So then
Right.
it was shortened and yeah.
And some of these are like 2 slots, you know. And
Yes, yeah.
we've all addressed this. Yeah, it's a good question to see why. Um, yeah, I think
Well, some of them are more useful game mechanics wise. Some of them are really valuable, and others are more like, oh, it's only once in a blue
you
moon
missed
that
it.
you.
Here it is. I got the box from Jeremy finally, and from my good friend Todd Stashwick as well. So there you go. All right. Yay! Very cool. Okay. I'll keep on going back to you see me dillying along here, back to Streamlabs trying to get it to work. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it doesn't come back, what are you gonna do? So, still not going to the site. So they're down. Okay. Yeah. So and then here's your base stat, appropriate, and die roll modifiers that happen. Um, so some of these, like I'll tell you right now, you know, some of these I would never put like tracking. I would keep I would keep in other. You have enough classes to track, stuff like that. I don't know, some of these cross over way too much, right? I mean, I guess you give someone else a tracking, that's fine, but tracking is a ranger skill. I have it. It's a bounty hunter skill. The barbarians can track. There's enough tracking going on. So, yeah. Well, that's Greg. If you know anything, Tim has made a full skill system. Tim has really
Well,
expanded.
play any edition from third onwards, and you have a
Yeah,
robust skill system,
and so
including Pathfinder and
they're
stuff. So, yeah.
yeah, and they talk about all the skills and what they do. And blind
Yeah.
flying -2, -4. So
And this was the big. This is why we have better editions later on. They bolted this on and tweaked it and worked on it
right.
and yeah. Mm-hmm.
Healing is a big one here too. Now, remember, barbarians get first aid, and after a fight, now it's in Arcana. If you're playing old school, they can heal themselves for 2 points or anyone else for 1. But I only allow it to 1 person, right? And then I have the Maester class, which has the healing ability too. So, that is. Has anyone talked to Carlos Lysing in the last 3 weeks?
No, I haven't. Not
Okay.
lately. He
All right.
sent out a message to his Patreon last week. So yeah.
Yeah. So this is a thing you gotta, a lot. You don't want abuse. You don't want every character. It's just like that Sonic thing I talk about, where all the players had Sonics and they all had cell adjustment, which is the healing part of it. So yeah, I messaged. Okay, Greg, that's not good if he didn't talk to you either. I hope everything's okay. Ron
Yeah.
from Page is trying to get a hold of him for renewing his VIP for next year, and he hasn't
Yeah, he sent
responded.
me a text message too,
To try
asking
and
me
get in
if I
touch
want
with
to
him.
go
Yeah.
next. Yep.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
good. Yeah.
Yep.
So hunting, healing, mountaineering, plant lore. There you go. Riding. And that. I have some of this in my feats too, especially for those that aren't cavaliers.
I wonder how much of this was new because a lot of this was published in the Oriental Adventures early on. So this is probably a polished version of Oriental Adventures, and a lot of it is also in Dungeoneer Survival Guide. So I guess they put stuff like this in here so they made sure that the players bought the book as well, and not only DMs.
I'm sorry to hear that, Jeremy. Tony's been that ill for like almost 2 weeks. Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
That's bad.
Yeah,
So
I got over mine
yeah. So
faster.
there's all
Yep.
your skills. Yeah. Must have been a lot in the magazine. There was a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
all over the place. And this is, I think that may be one of the reasons why Kim wrote this, because Kim, it was a Dragon Magazine editor and knew a lot
Oh
of this
yeah.
stuff was all over the place,
Oh yeah, and it
especially
had been
this
worked
weather.
on a little bit here, a little bit there. So
Yeah,
this was, it feels to me a bit like these two books consolidated a lot of stuff. And these are interesting rules in that sense, dressing for the weather. It's an aspect that I think you should have in your game when it gets really cold and brutal and the environment should be a problem, so to speak, or something you have to handle in some ways. But on the other hand, these tables and stuff, oh God.
yeah,
This gets, oh dear, when you start seeing these tables, oh yeah, even an insurance broker would start getting gray
yeah. You don't
hairs.
want to. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
certain things you just yeah. Let's not. Last thing I want to do is chunk the game, right?
yeah,
Clothing type, clothing types, for exertion. Um, so here's your clothing effect based on the weather.
yeah. This is
Now,
something that's simple that you can just do a basic con save per day, and then if not, then you get like a exhaustion condition or something like that, and then just be done with it. Yeah.
this hurts me just looking at it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. I was going to say that this is a great idea, and not the way 60-year-old me want this to
no,
function.
I don't want to worry about that in
But
my
when I was
game.
20, I dug into these tables, and it was like, "Ooh, this is so cool! We can roll dice, and we can make the calculations and all that." Now I'm like, I get scared when I see them. So yeah,
Let me see if that.
exactly.
So that works. Oh, I just can't get on the site, but the shout out
Sudrak, yeah,
works. Shout outs work.
more
All right. I just
crunch
can't get
than
on the
Rice
site.
Krispies, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's
This,
some good crunch in these too that we get to. But this, I think, is bad crunch. A good idea, something, an interesting aspect that you should have in your game. But think about a much simpler way of doing it. And I think
it's a
the
great
here
looking
you should.
easily. That's
Oh
a great
yeah, there's
looking easily. Yeah.
so much good art in these books that are really really good. That were made for the book too, I think, for the most
Yeah,
part.
for
Yeah. But this book, I think, the guideline, I think, when you write rules like this should be simulate outcome, not process. And this book simulates the process of wind chill and all that
yeah.
effect to much. If you want, think about what the outcome you want, and then simulate that outcome in the most simple way possible. That is my advice when you do rules like
Well, yeah,
this.
look at this. I mean, my gosh.
Yeah. And that's only one out of 3 or 4 tables you have to go through in order
Yeah.
to do it.
Temperature of item.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have first you have temperature effects, and then you have wind effects, and then you have precipitation
Yeah,
effects,
wind yeah.
and then yeah, and then you have different armors and stuff like that. So if it takes 5 minutes to figure out if you take any damage or whatever happens to you. So yeah,
Special weather. Yeah.
yeah,
Cyclones, hurricanes,
yeah.
drought, gale, Mr. Fog, sandstorms,
Yeah, but I love the weather and stuff that you take it in because this is
and the
something
artwork.
that gives you a lot of cool ambience and kind of for your games, so to speak.
Yeah.
And they can affect your game in a lot of ways that doesn't have to be this mechanical, meaning the way you can run into enemies by mistake, get lost, and stuff like that. It limits your visibility and other things like that, which can be both good and bad. The enemy can't see you, but you can't see the enemy, but the enemy can see you. So you can get a lot of interesting effects out of this one.
See you, Michael. Michael, I don't know who. Oh, cool. Nice. All
Yeah.
right. Special weather. We did that. Tornado damage to structures.
Yes. Yeah. And hailstorm damage to characters. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
But there's more good art. So yeah.
Yes.
And
You could
temperature damage to characters. This is wow. That table is yeah.
see. You could kill an entire party with that. No, you're not gonna have a single monster encounter this entire
Exactly. You just
adventure.
wander out through the environment and you die 6 hours later. You're
Yeah.
dead. Yeah.
Yeah. Michael, not to be a jerk there, you said the evil two letters YT YouTube. Well, now I don't need to have YouTube guests on my Twitch channel.
Yeah. And frostbite damage to characters. Yeah.
Yeah. Frostbite.
Yep.
Lightning.
And you have effect of equipment too. If equipment can get rusty, can get brittle, all sorts of stuff like that. That
Yeah,
is,
it's the level of
yeah.
detail here is
Yep.
temperature damage to characters.
Yeah, but we
Well,
haven't seen the worst when it comes to tables. There's a couple of them further on that are real killers. Yeah.
So damage.
Encumbrance and movement. Now, when you get there, you get to some of the juicier
Frostbite.
bits. Yeah.
Yes, I love. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna frostbite your. No, I'm
Yeah.
stopping myself saying anything bad. Effects on
I
equipment.
know that Len would be very against
Oh my
various.
God!
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. That's that type of stuff. He was very against that. Yeah.
Yeah. A hailstorm blew in without warning. Softball sized and relentless joggers caught. Yeah, I know. It's just it's a lot. Oh, the drowning rules. Yeah, there are drowning rules in here, aren't there?
Yeah. Oh
Encumbrances
yes.
and all right. So now we're
Yeah.
on we're past the weather effects. We're on the encumbrance
Yep.
effects and movement.
That's meaning that carry that camel through the desert and stuff. So this is
Yeah.
like your backpack gets heavy when
Yeah,
things
it
get
is.
tough. Yeah.
You get to the point where you're like, I want the last thing I want is for this game to become um not fun, and that's what.
And but again, I think here the wargaming rules shines through because
Right.
if you
Yeah.
played war games,
Yeah.
wargaming back in the 80s with the little tokens or whatever, then you had little units and if you played these military battle games and stuff from wargaming from back in the 80s and so on, there was a lot of rules for this because that affected the outcome of how effective was your unit after it's been gone through so and so and whatever. So yeah.
I can't say what Niles and Mohan's wasn't perfect, but hey, what's up? That is the other Bill Haley. I think
Okay. Yep. Thank you.
others are
Yep.
taking the ball around with it further. Yes. Yes, and we wanted to explain and go over this and just show
Yep.
you that you can pick and choose stuff. I mean, a
Yeah,
lot of
and
people.
these are the weakest parts of the book, in my opinion. Be
Yeah,
getting to the stronger parts later on that
right.
I think are really good, even to this day.
Yep.
Yep.
So you got your overman movement, you got your miles,
Yep.
and your distances. I said the
Yep.
artwork in here is not found in many other books either. It
No,
shows you.
it's really good. The production values were
Yeah,
fantastic for its time.
encumbrance and movement for land-based animals. There you go.
Yeah, but I think they still were running high on financials. They hadn't got to the dire 90s. They were still had money flowing in from successes and stuff. So
They
yeah.
have ape gorilla down on here. That's funny. It's
Yes.
a
Yeah.
dog sled. That was smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yaks even. Yeah.
Yeah. Dog. Okay.
And that's a lot about falling and climbing and stuff, which is kind of interesting because these rules are mirrored in the Dungeoneers Survival Guide that has even more about climbing than this book. So they kind of overlap quite in some
movement
ways.
rates. There you go.
Yeah.
I'm very generous on my climbing and climbing. I just I don't want the characters out of the fight too long. So I kind of.
Yeah, for me it depends on how stressful it is. Meaning, if you want to do a heck of a lot of things while you're hanging on one hand over, then otherwise, or the situation is really critical. Otherwise, it will just take some time and keep doing it. So yeah.
Okay. You got climbing rules, modifications for encumbrance, surface
Yep.
types. Yeah, you make those. I just make those modifiers right in the climb walls percent. If there's like very slippery surfaces or not a lot of handholds.
And this is interesting because once you get DCs in the equation, this makes it so much easier. You can just give a certain DC for it, and that's yeah.
There you go, and that's all percentiles.
Yes, Norker.
Pack 8. Can you imagine? I have never thought much of this one. This wasn't. Well, the reason we're doing this one first, Rob, is because Malden's supposed to come on in hour 2, and he's an expert on it. He uses a lot of it, So in his game, so that's
Yeah.
one of the reasons why we
Mm-hmm.
are doing the wilderness first.
Yeah.
You can only come on for the second hour. So
And
climbing
then.
checks, damage from falling. I think
Mm-hmm.
this is a little too high. I've
Okay.
always done
Yeah.
die 6 per level. A 50-foot fall of 15 die 6 is dead.
Yeah.
Is death for a
Yeah.
character.
One of the things that when I started looking for hawktails, when I was start thinking about falling damage, is that it should be affect everybody's very similar, so to speak. So whether you're 20th level fighter or the village idiot that falls off a cliff, you should, if you fall 200 feet, you should have equal amount of chance of surviving or dying, so to speak. Just because you're the cool fighter doesn't mean that you can survive something that
Well,
will
come on,
kill.
you saw Rambo. The guy fell
Oh,
off a cliff
I know, but
and broke his
I
fall.
wanted a bit more even in that sense. So
Okay.
it does injuries right off the bat. So how many hit points you have doesn't really matter after you've fallen more than, what is it, like 30 feet or something, and that can vary by skills, so to speak. So, but once you pass the limit of what you can handle, then you start getting injured almost no matter what.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, see these 7th, 8ths and all that stuff. I just look right over it when they get to the chances of stopping and fall or tumble. When you get to that point, I'm like,
Yeah.
it's too much. It's just too much. This with like these 3 different categories. I'm like, we're on
Yeah.
table 19 already. I mean, look at all this. This is
Oh yeah, yeah.
tables
This
after
is a
tables.
table-heavy book. Yeah,
Yeah,
really table-heavy, and we haven't gotten to the worst parts yet. So yeah.
exactly. Anna doesn't believe in Hollywood plot armor for level 15 fighters. There you go. That's
No,
fun.
exactly. I don't. I don't. I think you should be scared of stuff like falling off a cliff and stuff, regardless of how many
That's funny.
levels you have. Yeah,
Okay,
but I agree. That's yeah.
using rope. There you go.
Yep.
Roping together.
Yep. And then you have these 7th, 8, and 3/4 and stuff. Those are crazy. Oh, I'm one page ahead of you, I think.
So
Yeah.
just I know. Just think about this, okay?
Yeah.
The first two guys that attempted to climb Mount Everest, right? Sandy and God, my brain just shut off. The first ones they found his body in 1999, right? It had slipped. They found their pickaxe in 26 or when they 2 years later. Never found the body. They didn't find the body until 1999. Sandy Pittman was the second one. They found Sandy Pittman's foot last year
Mhm. Yeah.
at the bottom of the crevice in the ravine, and it was
Yeah.
identified as his shoe, and his foot was in it. And
Mhm.
that was 102 years ago, or 101
Yeah.
years afterwards.
Yeah. But
So
glaciers and stuff, things disappear in the snow and it
yeah,
comes
I mean,
down,
just I
melt.
was like,
This comes out
yeah,
decades later and
yeah,
stuff. So yeah.
crazy
Yeah.
stuff. That and
Mhm.
that's what I said. They were probably roped together, and that's they probably both went down. Um, yeah. So you said grappling hooks. I love grappling hooks, so I allow
Yeah.
them in my game.
Hey, you have a
Um,
grappling success on page 38.
oh,
At the bottom there,
we're only
that's
on page 38 too. Oh my gosh, gonna burn
yeah.
through this.
No, it's
Crossing a
okay.
chasm on a rope.
But go back to page 36. There's a table that only Americans can love. On the right there, you have a 7th, 8th,
Yeah, that's what I
3/4,
said.
2/3.
I said,
Yeah, meaning, come on,
that
that's
hurts.
yeah,
That,
that hurts.
yeah,
Yes,
I
that
look at that
hurts.
and my eyes I
My
pop out of my
My
head.
European doesn't get that, so to speak. Yeah.
That's a
Uh,
cool. That's a
I
cool
want
one there,
decimals
Patrick.
if I or
Yeah,
percentage or
it
whatever, but yeah.
too much. That's just way too
Yeah.
much for me. Yeah. Oh, the first. Oh, did he? Wow, I didn't know that, baby. That attack, and then I always watch.
Exactly. Yep. But
Uh,
on the other hand, I like my Imperial, but I don't. I like it in percentage and not in in like 3/4 and stuff, 5/8 and stuff like that. Is like that's tricky. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So it's insane. Like some of the stuff, like the human things, and then you see. I know we're talking climbing here, and then that guy, what's his name, Reinhold Messner. he 78. He ascended Everest without oxygen, right? Him and the other guy, and then a lot
Well,
of them
there
said,
was a Swedish guy that I used to work with. He was the first one that went all the way, Kropp. He was the first one to be up on Everest the whole way without any oxygen whatsoever, and he didn't use any helicopters or anything. He walked the whole way. He bicycled from Sweden to Everest, and then
what
he
year was that, Anna? Because that
that was in
changes history.
2004 or something like that. Yeah. Oh,
Reinhold Messner
yeah.
did it in 78.
Okay, yeah. So it was
He was
that,
probably
yeah.
the
So he
first
did.
Swedish to do it. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm not sure.
Without
Yeah,
oxygen.
yeah,
Yeah, probably the first
yeah,
Swede
yeah. He
without
did it
oxygen.
by himself without oxygen. He carried
That's insane.
his whole stuff by himself. Yeah,
He bicycled there, and then my God, that's
yep,
nuts.
yep,
That's
yep.
nuts.
And then he
People are
bought
crazy.
an old Enfield motorcycle in India and drove that one home back
Oh
to
man, I
Sweden
love
again.
Enfields.
Yeah,
Enfields are
but
cool.
I remember when he trained for that, he was absolutely crazy. He hang out in a big like where they like a place where they extract gravel and shingles and stuff like
Right.
that from, because it was so hard to walk up. And then he set an alarm clock, slept in a tent, and whatever time that alarm clock rang, he went up and he took on his equipment and he hiked up these kind of gravel sites for as many hours as the time was. And when that went off at midnight, he almost cried, and it went up for 12 hours and hiked. And then he slept as many hours as he hiked, so to speak. And he kept doing that every weekend and day in and day out for months. So he was so damn fit. It was like he was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
And
past
it
that. I'm past that in my life ever doing
Oh
anything
yeah,
like that crazy.
yeah, yeah. And
You
then
know.
he
So
died in going up in South America. I think it was in at a high mountain in the Andes. He passed away. Yeah, in a he was going to save someone or was something. He was in expedition trying to find someone, and then he passed. Yeah.
well, if you're talking about the Thesaurus from Greyhawk, um, they are not violent, only if you provoke them. So I probably say the other one, because Thesaurus can be very peaceful creatures if you uh, talk to them in musical. They love that. So so you got repelling, belaying, process of some roping together and repelling. Okay, grappling hooks, crossing a chasm on a rope. Oh my God, the mountaineering proficiency. I mean, it's like they this
Yep.
book is like stuffed with
Yeah.
stuff. Jumping.
Here's the Wikipedia page of this crazy guy. Yeah.
All right, so he has a Wikipedia.
Yeah, well, he has a Wikipedia. Yeah.
Well, good for him.
He died in 2002, so he did it in
First
96
Scandinavian,
that early.
first
Yep.
Scandinavian to climb Mount Everest without oxygen.
Yep.
So it says they're
Or
Scandinavian.
bottle oxygen or Sherpa support. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Because
Yeah, I wasn't sure if anyone had done it
now
before. I just knew
Reinhold
that he
Messner
did
did it
it.
in
Yeah.
'78 with a partner, and then he did it
Yep.
again in the early '80s
Yep.
by himself up
Yep.
there. And yeah, he
Yep.
took pictures of.
And he started with K2 in the Himalayas.
Much more dangerous.
Yes, yeah, he that was the first 8,000 meter that he did. Yep.
K2 has a
Yeah,
mortality rate of like 30%.
he started with the yeah.
It
Was absolutely yeah, and yeah.
Everest is like 5%. K2 is like 30.
Yeah, yeah. And he's
Right.
tried to ski to the North Pole and stuff like that. He was kind of off the rookers to some degree. I must agree. Yeah. Yep.
No, Norker, I do not like that movie. Stop. I don't. You're busting my stones now. Yeah. Um. So I like this picture. The guy's in the air. He's like, where am I gonna land? I guess he's jumping the chasm here. So I've had some crazy jumps in my game before. I've allowed a lot of crazy parkour style jumps in my game. I just was like, but I don't need these rules for them. You know what I mean? I don't need to go to this book and look it up and have rules on it. So, uh, yeah. Yeah. You could die a lot very easily waiting to get to the pinnacle. Now, Rob, you're correct. All right, swimming. We gotta get close to drowning then. That's what I want to see.
Yep.
Effects of encumbrance on swimming. Just my rules. We just did one on boat, right, Rob? And all that. It's like don't go on a boat with armor, anything greater than chainmail, or you're gonna sink to the bottom. So and they were all paranoid about that. Yeah.
So Stephen Chenal took inspiration from these rules, I'm sure, because he always have watery escapades in his adventure.
Savage, did you just reference that Sylvester Stallone movie, Cliffhanger? The one, like the one where the woman just the girlfriend dies in the very first 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
It's also got God, the dude from Guardians of the Galaxy and Walking Dead in it. The guy who was Merle in Walking Dead. He's from Jersey. God, I forget what his name is. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. And it also had the woman from Northern Exposure in it too. She was hot back then. All right, Speed on that. That movie was so terrible. Oh, John Lithgow was the bad guy in that movie too. Oh my God, that was funny. You made me laugh on that, Savage. And then Carrie in his second detective movie thing, he spoofed it. Michael, that's it. Yep.
Yeah. And on page 47, well, you haven't gotten that yet. Okay, good.
Here we go. All right, so he's got Excalibur. He does not want to have Excalibur drop into the water. Just kidding. Diving and surfacing, other effects on water. Yeah.
But a lot of good Holloway art that I think is really good.
Treading water, holding one's breath.
And again, I think it's a lot of things that are good that it's there and you need to think about it, but maybe simpler rules. Yeah.
Vehicles. Yeah, this is a little messed up. Waterborne vehicles. Kayaks, barges.
Yeah, but we have to remember this is the very first stuff that was there outside of Dragon magazine articles. Yeah,
portaging was very big back in the day. The Vikings were experts at it.
Yeah.
How did they get here? Well, they walked their boats 20 miles across land.
Yep. They were made to do stuff like that. So yeah,
Michael Rooker, absolutely.
They were flat bottomed and light, comparatively light. So yeah.
Josh, Michael Rooker is also the quote unquote bad guy in Mallrats. He's the father. That's one of the first times I ever saw him. He's also in Days of Thunder. Oh my gosh, yeah. Michael Rooker. Oh my God. Capsized vehicles. I love shipwrecks. I love adventuring in shipwrecks, stuff underwater.
I never liked underwater adventures.
I didn't say underwater adventuring, but if something's underwater and they got to go get it, that's different than having the whole adventure underwater, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, just getting something temporarily, it's cool because you can hide monsters and stuff down there.
Hold on one second here. Let's go to a couple weeks ago. This is adventure, the last all girl group adventure, which I thought. Let's see, 1177. Yep. All right. Here. Okay, there we go. Right. So you got this one's better, I think. That's okay. This is a better one. So right here, that is underwater, right? I just can't show it as underwater in the shipwreck here. So it's underwater and it's glowing. So Tiffany's character jumps down into the water, right, to try and and then there's other other characters around hanging out in the shipwreck or whatever, and then all the drowned ones come after. I was like, this is perfect. The drowned ones can swim like a 12-inch movement rate in the water. It was awesome. But like, yeah, you were all the boats. Remember that? Yeah, you were there, Mandy. Absolutely. So I like if they have to go underwater, but I don't want to do. I'm not about doing it like against a Sahagwin full underwater or Zizzactyls or whatever. Yeah, the sea zombies are awesome. Yes, the drowned ones. Yep. I remember we asked Luke, and he did not know who created them.
Yeah. And then comes something interesting that says, because I think it's some of the first rules again for flying mounts.
Well,
what kind of made? Yeah.
I used this right off the bat when it came out here. This is one of the things I first used. Yes.
Yeah.
Just to see the maneuverability class, which is very important, how the turn rates are.
That I think is a really good one. What I don't like about these are the stamina, meaning a dragon should be flying for like 20 rounds and then have to land again. Come on. Meaning they don't seem to, none of these creatures seems to be made to fly. And in my opinion, dragons are made to fly.
Wait, this is the rounds they can be up or turns?
Yeah, or turns, whatever it is. But they can just do it a little bit and then they don't get anywhere.
Turns, so that's hours.
Oh, okay, good. Then it's
6
then
turns
it's more
in an hour.
Yeah,
so that's not bad.
That is not terrible.
Yeah. With Dragon though, with Dragon wings don't work that well. Dracolisk,
yeah.
They even have the Dragonelle in here, which is great for the slavers. So that's and look, they got a lot of the different types.
They have Earth Dragon in there.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, me neither, but they have one in there.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. They also have some and everyone
and they have
John,
load.
John from Blue Box. Don't put any dinosaurs in my. They got the dinosaur ones in here.
Well, they were part of the rules, so they had to put them in. So yeah,
with some cool ones up here.
Earth Dragon is Chinese. Yes, that's true.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yep.
But they don't have all the other carp dragon. I guess it's one of the few that.
Yeah, and cloud dragons can only be ridden when in solid form, which kind of makes sense. Yeah.
Very cool. No, this was good. This was good.
Yeah. And then comes the big one.
Yeah, to fall or not to fall. You don't want to fall for flying.
Yeah, that exactly when you've been dismounted from a flying mount. Yeah. And then it's some good heraldry or some good art again. That one is from somewhere else. I think I've seen that one before. So more on the next page.
Portaging was huge in the late 1700s before that what the Erie Canal was completely set. Even then, they had to do a lot of it.
Well, yeah, canals were so difficult. So then,
So,
well, the Vikings did it in the east to go to the Black Sea and stuff.
The Vikings would do it for miles and miles too.
Oh yeah, they went all the way down to the Mediterranean and via Black Sea by the Russian rivers and stuff, Volga and the other ones. So they did it for a lot of stuff.
You know that's fact, Anna? Just watch the 13th War. Sorry, I couldn't help.
Well, we know that there are Viking graffiti and stuff in the Holy Sepulchre in Istanbul and stuff.
Yeah, it comes across them down there.
Oh, yeah, and it's written in the history books down there. So they have the names and they were they were hired as guards. So yeah, it's been well documented. And they set up the Kievan Rus Empire was founded by Vikings. So we know that too. Yeah.
Flying mounts.
Meatballs actually came from down there, was imported into the Nordics very recently. So yeah,
that's a great Elmore. I don't remember that.
I think this one is from a Dragon magazine or some other product. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Or some other product, cool. I think. Yeah.
All right. So you got airborne riding rules. So here. Look at this. We are honored to have on himself. Malden, Dennis Tetro. What's up?
Hello. Welcome.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Welcome.
Well, he may have to change his headset. You
right we'll Dennis? See. Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
Right, man.
Hello. Yeah.
Hanging in there?
Oh, things are okay. How about yourself?
We're trying to get through the Wilderness Survival Guide.
Yeah, we have only gotten half, but we can skip through the.
No, keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you use So I know you're an expert in Dungeoneer, right? But as far as
I use the Dungeoneers Survival Guide a lot. Right. I hardly ever use the Wilderness Survival Guide.
Yeah. I think we're on the same page in this one because the tables are like even insurance brokers.
Because when I look at I pulled mine out and I look at it and like I bought it when it came out. It's near mint. It's near mint.
Right.
Yep.
Like it's hardly been cracked.
Oh, but I treated my books like they were going to that they were supposed to. Yeah, they were like museum pieces.
Oh yeah, well me too. Yeah, I mean I use my Dungeoneers Survivor Guide a lot, and it's got a little bit of cornerware, but
these were
that's about
reasonably
it.
good in binding. Unearthed
Sure.
Arcana fell apart. These were
Yeah,
much better made.
everybody's
Yeah, Unearthed Arcana
Unearthed
was a
Arcana
disaster.
fell apart. Yeah,
Absolute
absolutely.
disaster. All right, hold on one second here. Do I have my shout out set for okay,
Yeah.
that's working. Part 2, Pursuit of Truth tomorrow.
Yeah, but
We
it
got our
looks like
special
when
games
I
now.
bought this, it was on sale. And I put the sale sticker inside.
I just know
Oh
how much you
wow!
spent on it.
I paid $4.99.
Nice.
I probably paid twice what the going rate in the US because mine were bought in Sweden, so you had to pay for
Oh,
shipping and all that. So yeah,
yeah, no, that's different. But yeah, I bought
yeah,
it pretty shortly after it came out. Not right away, but it came out in what, 86.
yeah.
So I think
I,
within a couple of years that I bought it, but
oh yeah, I always got mine. I looked in the catalog and so they knew
oh
what
yeah.
I wanted, so they ordered them as quickly as possible. But it
Oh,
still
okay.
took like a couple of months in shipping containers somewhere, or a month or something. So
Yeah.
I probably read it in 87, summer 87. That's when I went over them. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a Dungeoneers Survival Guide. I think I bought that one right away because I knew I was going to use it.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, I bought both. Then and
but
the
I
funny,
did.
20-year-old me loved Wilderness Survival Guide. 60-year-old me like, no,
Yeah.
this is way too complicated. Yep.
But we'll get to the Dungeoneers in a second here. So
Yep.
effects of eating
Yeah, no, it's
tainted
okay.
food.
Continue on. I have.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Because we're at 8
We have
o'clock.
food.
Finding
We have
water.
food and water.
Yeah.
How to starve yourself
Purifying
the party
water.
to death.
Water
Yeah.
in a permafrost.
Yeah.
Camping. All right.
Yeah.
So everyone does camping differently, right? For me, when we don't need to get into this detail, but
No, but we have a funny table on page 53.
oh wow, I'm way behind. I'm way ahead. 53.
Yeah, just go back to 53 just quick
Oh
and
my
show
God,
that one.
this foraging table.
Yeah, foraging table.
That hurts.
And
That
it
hurts
took
my
a while for
eyes.
me to understand now when I read it again, what DH, MP, and SE and SW is, because
Oh.
it's not explained anywhere near the tables. But
Oh.
then I figured out that it's hills, mountains,
Oh, okay.
and D is whatever, desert. So yes,
Okay.
and
Oh my
then
God.
it's planes and yeah, but it's not explained in the chapter where the tables are.
Oops.
You have to
Editing.
yeah. So
great.
that is the weird. So when you read them, you're just supposed to understand what these abbreviations are. But yeah, which to me is kind of weird. And there are lots of different tables that have the same abbreviations in there. So yeah. But then you have camping and campfires and stuff. So yeah. Setup
Valken,
time and
as
yeah.
a partner, I gotta have ads on. Subs don't get them. Sorry. Gotta have the ads on, man. It's the way it is. So most everyone's subs, you get bonus tickets for when you get for giveaways and stuff too that way. All right, so let's just ask
Yeah,
the question.
Phantom. I think cover was $15.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds
Yep.
about right. So
Yeah.
$15.99. Yeah. So Dennis, what are your rules for encampment? Do they have to rest 8 hours to get back something in an old school game? For me, if they rest for a full 8
All sorts of
hours,
things I always kind of played fast and loose.
yeah, I allow them to get back not all their spells, but a spell 3rd level or higher, or 1 to 2
Yeah.
spells 1st and 2nd
Yeah.
level. That's it. I do not go crazy with the amount of you're going to get all your spells back. That's not happening.
The problem when Malden and Ellenderry adventure, when they cast a whack of high-level spells, it takes a long time of resting by the rules to get that back.
Right.
And so, but players are good at finding loopholes. And so
of course.
There's a spell called, I think it's Spell Engine, where if you cast Spell Engine and you rest and learn back spells within the area of influence of that spell, it like cuts it down to a fraction of the time. So they can actually get back higher level spells resting when you've got this thing running in the background, kind
Well,
of.
there's a spell called Tempest Fusion that does that too, right? Tempest Fusion is an illusion spell. It does that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another one that Jason Nelson created, Anna, called Alpha's Star Powered Magery, and that also allows you to get back spells quicker.
See, everyone's trying to get around the rule.
Yeah, there's stuff like Rings of Sustenance that way too. So
yeah,
absolutely. So all right, I was just curious because they've got some rules here on camping, encampments. You know, I don't believe in short rests. You know, by the way, there will be a lot of supplemental rules on that coming in the book. To make it more gritty, Greyhawk. Effects of lack of sleep. Wow.
Yep.
That's pretty nasty. Who gets good sleep out in the wilderness? I don't know. I mean,
I've gotten some good sleep in the
that's
wilderness.
You're military, Anna. You can sleep anywhere.
But in the military, you got it because you were exhausted when you fell asleep. But when you go hiking, you do it because you choose the right spot and you're in a good mood, and food tastes much better when you're out hiking by yourself, and also because you are tired, and you need to be prepared. So yeah.
Cat nap.
Cat nap, something.
And the best one is the afternoon naps. You do like siestas; those are the best.
So let's continue on here. We got campfires, fuel availability. I mean, so much detail here. It's like crazy, right? The amount of detail. It's too much, but it's okay.
It's something that most people, they pick and choose at what they want to use. It's there if you want to use it. It's, as I said, most of this. The one thing that I did use from both survival guides was the proficiencies, the non-weapon.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's at the very beginning of the book. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yes.
And we'll get to we'll definitely get to that in the next book here. All right, medicine and first aid. All right, so there are ways to heal in my game well beyond just spells, right? I have the witches with their poultices. I have the maester. We have the barbarian that can do some first aid. So there is some abilities beyond beyond just healing. And so getting in this plant lore, that's where the witch class gets their ability from, from finding the proper plants and all. So there's things you can do with that, that are outside of the normal. I need cure light wound spells or I'm screwed, right? So normal vision. So we got infravision, ultravision. So when did they go from infravision and ultravision to dark vision? Is that 3rd edition, 4th edition, or 5th?
Yeah, 3rd edition.
Third,
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
3rd
and
edition.
I'm still infravision, ultravision.
No, to me that's like dinosaurs. To me, it's too scientific. I like the more fantasy-esque versions of it. So yeah.
Well, I liked in the original Dungeon Master's Guide that picture at nighttime of dark vision, right? It was a really cool picture. It was like in reverse negative.
Yeah. For me, it got complicated when I had seen things use these sites and stuff in the real world, and then I was and players were trying to convince me you could do this and that, and I said, no, I know because I've used this shit in the real world, so to speak. So these are the things you can see, and these are the things you can't see, and that's up to the whatever. So to me, it was way too scientific, and it was like, no, I'm technical and sci-fi-ish and stuff. So I love the fantasy versions that came with 3rd edition onwards. So yeah. And I also think you should develop more fantasy senses, so to speak. And it's an underutilized or something that should require some more work in D&D.
Let's see how good Dennis is. This is a reused picture from what adventure?
Yeah. I don't know which adventure. I just remember I've seen it before.
I know.
Yeah. But I don't know which one.
It's the only adventure that I know of that has random encounter of an avalanche.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyone
but there's some cool art. Yeah.
What's that? Yes.
It was Sarge.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh,
absolutely.
Okay.
From the shotgun. Yep. Good job.
Lucky guess.
But I love the illustration on page 73, those kobolds or whatever they are at the bottom there. They look so cool. Yeah.
I'm trying to burn through this here. Wow, that looks
Yeah.
like quicksand. Is that quicksand? Yeah, quicksand rules.
Yeah, quicksand.
Oh
Yep.
no. Fighting while climbing, fighting while precariously balanced. Oh my gosh, can you imagine
Yeah.
using those rules? Fighting in water, fighting in poor visibility,
Too much detail for me.
missile combat.
Yes,
for
exactly. It's the make it. Yeah, but
Chad, thank you.
Have simple rules. Simulate outcome, not process. Yeah.
Forcing opponents to dismount. Fatigue and exhaustion. Oh man, flying mounts and beasts of burden.
But I love the illustration on 92, page 92, when he's trying to get his donkey or horse
it's
to
error
go.
in your PDF.
Yeah, it's all right. I got a crappy one. What's it say? Odor. Animal odor. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's an easily as well. That is a derivation picture of that's used somewhere else.
Oh yeah.
That's used on the sinking one of the sinking isle pictures, if I recall, but it's a little different.
Okay.
It's a little different.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, Magic in the Wilderness.
Is that the Lost Island of Castanamir?
That could be that one too. I think it was in GREYHAWK Adventures actually.
Oh, okay.
I think it was in GREYHAWK Adventures.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I could be right.
Yeah. So, all right. Wow, that's blizzard.
Snowstorm.
Yeah, look at that. Starting from scratch.
Oh
Realism versus fantasy. Well, we got a little bit too much realism here. That's a little bit.
This is where I think the book has its best parts when it goes to world building and you start thinking about how to build your world and to map it and the hexes and stuff. This is where I think.
I don't even want to
but the temperature climate rules are just like the other rules. Way too much gritty details to get the same amount of outcome.
Oh my god! It looks like.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god! What's that? 1E, 2E, 3E, 4E, and you put everything in boxes. What's that called? What kind of a math is that called, Dennis?
You're talking pivot tables?
Linear geometry. Is that it? Linear linear algebra, right? Linear algebra.
That might be.
God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's what it looks like to me. I'm like, give me flashbacks, college flashbacks.
Yeah.
Matrix.
When you go go statistics and yeah.
Hugman, I was thinking matrix math as well.
Yeah.
Surrounding precipitation. All right, I've seen enough.
You've seen enough?
I've seen enough. All right, let's go here next. Wild Things, real quick. This is a supplement to it.
Oh yeah, yes. It came bundled.
And these are encounters. That's all they are. Just random random or not random encounters for you.
Yeah.
But they seem to just be no, they're not. These are these are second edition.
Yeah.
Come on, these are second edition. This is weird.
Well,
but it
was.
And they came out 4 years later, so I'm not so sure they are.
It did. So I guess they had a whole bunch of these books flying around.
Still be first edition.
So it's a second edition supplement. So yeah. So it's
straddled.
It's straddled. Yeah. Look, the stat blocks are first edition or pure 1E, 2E stat blocks are like the same. So
roughly,
Manticores and Griffins encounter.
Yeah, but the style here is just like they were in the Monstrous Compendium pages.
Yeah, they use that. Even though they're not monster descriptions, it's designed
they
like
use
Orogs and Half-Orcs.
Yeah. I love the orc that picture on page 8. I love that illustration. Yeah, that's one of my favorite. I love it. It looks so cool.
It's another one like the Orog got changed multiple times from what it was, because you have the Agrillans, right? And Agrillans kind of disappear. I love Agrillans, right?
But this is kind of a rehash or package together. It's nothing new, really.
Red Dragon encounter.
Yeah.
Minor encounter with a Red Dragon. And look, it's even got a lot of talking here.
But what I think is that they wanted to sell the old books, so they added in this stuff, so that way they could sell the old stuff. Yeah,
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long encounter. Holy jeez. So we mix.
Yeah.
Wemix.
We mix Lamias and Thrycreans.
What a mix that is.
Yep.
I didn't even know they went together. What are trolls and centaurs? What?
Truly random adventures.
Yeah.
80 bandits.
That's a lot of bandit.
Yeah, the town of Avondale is situated half day's walk from Lake Ramesh. Okay. So none of these are GREYHAWK based, by the way, everyone. Just so you're aware.
Yeah, I don't remember ever having used these.
Yeah, Venture awaits in the RPG.
Well,
don't sign up now.
Perennial RPG ad at the end. Yeah.
All right. Doug Niles.
Yes.
Who ran at Tower Gygax, ran a game Curtis and Brett played in every year. Really nice guy. We had him on last year.
Yeah.
Great guy. So Dennis, what's your highlight here? Is it the Underdark maps? I mean, there's some great maps.
Well, that's what I've used the most, certainly. But then again, the non-weapon proficiencies that were unique to the Underdark I also used those because I did have a campaign for a little while that was Underdark based. They were Underdark origin players. It wasn't visiting the Underdark, they were from the Underdark.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so those non-weapon proficiencies were useful. But the most use of this book that I got was the locations, the second half of the
okay.
Yeah, because this has much more campaign stuff, so to speak. Yeah. This comes with the explanation that the wilderness, so they're very different. Wilderness was for rules and world building. That was it, so to speak. But this one has way more you dig into D&D underworld, so to speak, thematically and,
by the way,
and stuff.
I'm going to show something for a second. So Curtis wanted me to play a joke on Brett because Brett and Curtis are playing Saturday morning. So I have this banner put together. And what do you notice about that, Anna?
Show me the dice.
No, there's Curtis's pictures twice. And Brett
there you go. Yeah, well, well, it's not his fault, I guess. So.
Well, Curtis, it was funny. Yeah, that was. Yeah, you didn't. Man,
twice the beauty.
You didn't get that one. I only sent you the real one because that was no man bun. Yeah, it was Curtis's idea all the way, Brett. Just so you're aware, I would not do that to you. All right. It talks about the Underdark campaign, overview of the Underdark. So, all your Underdark maps, your level maps and all, they come out at this time when you start your Underdark campaign. That's when you really start getting into the depths of it. Dennis, yeah, is that when?
Well, I started designing it shortly after we ran the D series, right? And so that predates the Underdark campaign itself. But then when I designed the city of Kor as the hometown of that campaign, then I wanted to put together a bigger picture. And so that's where that PDF then was birthed.
I'm trying to find the where here.
It's the regional survey link.
Oh, okay. Ooh, okay.
Scroll a little bit down.
There it is. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here it is, everyone. All right. So, as you can see, this is look at the levels, the different levels of the Underdark in the GREYHAWK that Dennis has done. So as you can know.
And there's a cross section just above that, I think.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Or below that. I guess it's below.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
There's the cross section.
So the Vault of the Drow appears on which one level are they?
Well, because it's in the mountains, it's higher up, right?
Oh, it's level 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So several levels are far above sea level, so to speak.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because of the topography, right?
Yep.
Right. Absolutely. Cool. Right. And oh yeah, because you should go further into the yeomanry and stuff. Because this is Night Below as well, everyone. A lot of Night Below
Yes.
stuff here
Yeah.
too.
Night Below is under the word hool
Yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So just so you got that. Just so you're aware of the extensive work that that he has done for all this.
Yeah, but most of that stuff in that core there all comes from the Dungeoneer Survival Guide.
Yeah. And we will take a look. Wait a minute, we get off of this. Keep this in case we need to go back to this. Okay. There we go. Some cool pictures from the Underdark. Well, yeah,
Always
different
loved cave
caves.
exploring,
Cave
so
exploring, yep.
Mm-hmm.
those
Yep.
showing different kinds of cave formations is
Yep.
kind of cool.
Yeah, I think it's really
One thing about using Dwarven Forge stuff, you can't have a ceiling. Right?
No.
Can't do it because no one can see then into the so yeah, your
well,
ceiling.
you have to have like a little transparent little thing or a little piano wire string and paint it black and then put it on top of something.
A little too much time involved there, Anna, for doing all that. But yeah.
I thought time was something that Dwarven Forge experts, collectors had infinite amount of time and money and basements to play in.
Yeah. Norka, you don't like Dungeoneers Survival Guide? Oh, you love the. There you go. Okay. So yeah, really cool. I love these showing, just a simple sinkhole. There's a lot of adventures that are set like this too. A lot of them are in Dungeon. Dungeon Magazine has a lot of adventures that are set like this.
You mean it's a vertical map rather than
I
a
remember
horizontal
the
map?
what was it? The very first Dragonlance one was like this too. Right, the
Yeah.
one we introduced the gully doors. I'm like, I'm not, I can't do this. I'm gonna slit my own throat. I can't do this with Boo Poo Morden 2 or whatever the hell his name was. I was like, oh my god.
Well, I have a cross section of that style for the Rock of Brawl in my Spelljammer campaign.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, showing waterfalls too and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a
Yeah.
neat. Oh, also Blackthorn set like this too, and the
Yes.
GREYHAWK and the Free City Grot box set, which is cool.
And when you want to show depth, you can't really do that when you've got a horizontal map. So
you know what you're getting there, Norker, right? You know what's coming. You forced my hand. You forced my hand. Yeah. All right. Movement rules for underground play, holding breath. Man, also what's disturbing is all these YouTube vids and all these people getting stuck in these caves and all dying I was like, I can't watch this stuff. I mean, there's a lot of them. Holy jeez, because they do this.
Well, there was a guy couple of years ago, that he was an expert caver, but he got into a spot that
Couldn't get out.
he didn't know it got too narrow. He was upside down, couldn't get out. They had other experts coming in trying to pull him out. He's still there. His body is still there. They never got him out.
Yeah. I can get claustrophobic real quick too. So yeah. Alrighty. So they do reference Oriental adventures in here on proficiency checks.
Okay.
Living in water, speed, diving, swimming effects of encumbrance, another thing. Don't wear armor. That's all. So don't wear heavy armor. Don't wear J Mellon up. Wear light armor, or you're sinking. It's easy for me. You got more climbing rules, climbing surfaces, a lot more stuff in here that's very similar to the Wilderness Survival Guide, but it's a little more basic in here, which is good. So types of surfaces, climbing rates for non-thieves. That's good. I like that. Climbing success rates for non-thieves, and mostly I think 40% is high, but I guess that's about right. So don't even think about it. I'm not having I'm not adding that to every character sheet. No way. So yeah, take a moment for the art. Yeah, nice art. There is nice art. That is nice art. That's nice art.
Mm-hmm.
Climbing tools, rappelling, Jumping for non-acrobats. Oh. What that class, the thief acrobat, that is just like. Do you have any acrobats in your game, Dennis?
No, I've never had a player that wanted to play one. It's
We
not that
we had one back
not
in
that
the
I don't
day
allow
when
them. It's just
yeah,
nobody's
yeah,
ever done it.
yeah, we had one, and I can't remember if it was particularly good or bad, but I think we only had one, and there
Yeah.
was kind of special. But I think it was more flavor than actual crunch, hard crunch, so to
Yeah.
speak. But it's so long ago that I can barely remember. But I remember
Like
we had
bards
one.
for us too. For some reason, we've never really had any bards. No one's wanted to play a bard.
Same here, very few bards. I got bards when I moved to Stockholm and had a female gaming group. We were almost
Okay.
exclusive female. There were several played bards because they liked the idea of bards.
Hmm.
And several of them were musicians, hobby or professional or something. So they were much more into music and stuff. So they liked the idea of
William Haley,
stuff like that.
there's like 15 DL series of them. There's 15 of them. Dragons of Hope, Dragons of Flame, Dragons of blah blah blah.
Yeah.
There's a
Oh
lot.
yeah. So have at it, man. Seeing action. Yeah, that's it. So that and they put them all those. A lot of them disappear, right? The classes are just. Barbarian sticks around. Cavalier's going to be making a comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hmm.
Roping together, bridges, impromptu bridges. Like, we got so far to go. Spelunking, the tight squeeze. There you go. I just talking.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Yep. Fatigue and exhaustion.
I've been in some pretty cool caves over the years.
Yeah, I guess that's part of your job to go to caves occasionally, isn't it?
No, not as part of it. It was his vacation. I don't think I've ever taken a class in a cave, but and there aren't really any good caves in our immediate area. It's just not
yeah.
geology, but
yeah.
But I've been in the two biggies. I've been in Mammoth and I've been in Carlsbad. Once you've been in those, you've seen the best. I've been in others as well.
I was in Crystal Cave up in the Poconos.
Yeah, I've been to lava tubes both in Iceland and Hawaii, and
I've been to lava tubes in Hawaii as well.
Yeah,
those are neat to see a completely different style of cave.
Exactly there, yeah, and then I've been to some reasonably big caves in the Balkans. They have these tourist things you can go.
Yeah.
And then there's a few small ones in Sweden, but a lot of them are man-made. But they're granite. I've been to a lot of man-made like old mines. We dived in an old mine that was really cool. That was water filled. That was from medieval times.
Here in Ontario, we've got the Niagara Escarpment, which is basically Doddlestone or type of limestone.
Yeah, but it's the same thing. Scandinavia is like Canada. There's not much caves. There are a few.
Yeah, I know, but there's very short caves that were caused. Shortly after deglaciation, Great Lake level was much, much higher. And so the waves cut in caves into the upper, the high cliff face. And those are the caves, the ones in the Bruce Peninsula here, which we were there last summer, actually, up here in Ontario. Those are the caves where the Quest for Fire was filmed.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool.
1978?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yes, Snorker, we have trolls in our caves.
They wrong on Neanderthals in that movie. Holy jeez.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But once you're there and you realize they dragged all of that filming equipment to kind of a tough spot. They had to bringing it all into where those caves were. But it's cool to see those kind of short, stubby caves. They don't go very far. And there's some other caves up there that they're basically joint fissures between big blocks, and you can crawl around through them. They're not very extensive, but they're fun to crawl around in.
Those caves in Vietnam where they have the entire ecosystem in them.
I've seen movies from that, videos from that. Yep.
All right, Dennis, how did you handle your non-weapon proficiencies? Did you use this chart?
Yeah, pretty much I do. Yeah.
Okay.
It goes up through yeah.
Okay.
You gain a few depending on what class you are. A new one every 3, 4, or 5 levels, whatever. It varies, right?
Did you
But
give barbarians still their boat, their signal, all that stuff? If you did a barbarian in addition to the other non-weapon ones, or did those count as their 3?
no,
Obviously,
I always
hey,
thought
duty.
the original way the non-weapon proficiencies were set up is it also included languages, which in 2E was handled through intelligence, right?
Right. 1E, 2E,
Um,
both.
and so what I did was I used these charts here, but kept language as a separate kind
I
of
agree.
calculation based on the old intelligence tables, right? So,
Yep.
and then I felt that it still wasn't really enough for like the average person would have more than a handful of skills. So what I did was, I and this encouraged students to or encouraged players to pick up or to decide what detail about their character background. I would have them pick a previous occupation that they had before they became adventurers, and they'd get a free weapon proficiency based on whatever their occupation was. And so it was possible to get a couple of more non-weapon
Okay.
proficiencies that way. And so yeah. So if somebody was an armorer before they became an adventurer, then they had that armory skill as a freebie that didn't count against
Okay.
their.
To their background. I got it. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Yeah. So, so you had, were you taking weapon specialization and using that as one of their slots when it came out for
Well, yeah,
Arthur?
well, weapon proficiencies and non-weapon proficiencies are tabulated differently.
Right, but I'm just saying that like if a fighter has 4, if they wanted to single specialize at first level, they'd have 3 and 1 specialization.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. So here, mine real quick. Some of these are bumped up, and then these newly acquired are some like fighter is a level lower, right? It's every 2 instead of every 3.
Oh,
Probably
okay.
because Dennis, I had feats melded into the proficiency system. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
it. So they have weapon slots plus these. All right. So
Right.
that's the difference. I'm just wanted to share with you
Yeah, yeah. No,
the
I
slightly
would
different
have
direction
weapon
we both went.
slots and then the
Yep.
non-weapon
Got it.
proficiencies. Yeah, and they were.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. And so I have a sheet that lists possible background occupations. I have a sheet that lists all of the non-weapon proficiencies.
Cool.
And then
How many do you
some of
have?
them are not possible dependent on, like, there's some non-weapons that are unique to the Underdark.
Right.
You can't get them unless you're from there. There's
Like,
some that are unique to Spelljammer and so on, right?
right. Like Undercommon, I'm assuming, would be a language you couldn't get,
Yeah.
or something, or
Well,
the
so then
silent
I did
tongue, learning the silent
languages.
tongue.
Languages was separate.
Okay.
Languages were a separate
Okay.
thing.
Did you count?
They don't count against your
Okay.
non-weapon proficiency.
Did you count silent tongue as a language?
Um,
The one where it's all hand signals for the drow.
yeah,
Okay.
it counts as
Cool.
language. Yeah.
All right. Well, there's only a few. Now, there's a lot more proficiencies in here than the other books. So you got craftsman. A lot of these would be background information in Dennis's game. Like if you were a potter,
Yeah.
you would get that, right?
Yeah. You'd get one. You'd get a free slot, depending on what your
That's
previous
cool.
occupation.
That's a good way of doing it. Weapon making.
Yeah, that probably some of the earliest crafting rules for D&D.
Yeah.
Here's adventuring. There's your healing and your endurance and all the other stuff here.
Yep.
Fishing, all those. Let me see what else we got here. But there was another table. Oh, is that it? I thought there was another table. Okay. That's it for adventuring. So that fungus identification. I guess that one was Underdark.
That would be an Underdark specialty. Yeah.
Very cool. So for example, blind fighting for me is a feat now.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, instead of -4, you're -2. When you get to, I think, 8th or 9th, I forget what it is, you don't have a penalty. You
Yeah,
don't
I
have a
guess I don't have.
or minus.
I should post my proficiencies list on the
Yeah, that'd be
website.
awesome to do, man.
I don't have it. I don't have it up there. I guess I've never gotten around to
I
it.
guarantee you, and this is the thing, Insane Tim has his own proficiency list. As if you've played characters in his game, you've seen it. It's huge. I mean, we're talking about like 100 different skills, if I recall.
Oh wow.
But that's what Tim does. You know, he likes that crunch,
Right.
which is fine. That's the way his game works, especially in the Rovers of the Barrens game. Experience point for proficiencies. So, yep. All right. Combat rules for underground play. Anything special that you did in your Underdark game and for combat?
Not as far as combat. No, it's pretty standard 2E rules.
Okay.
Did you?
No, but I just would be like, because back at that time when we were doing the D series, we weren't heavy into the terrain and miniatures yet. Just had to figure it out on the table. We'd have a mat and we'd, draw with a dry erase marker, right, where that was.
Yeah.
The rule number 1 was don't go anywhere near a sinkhole. Right? Because you don't know how deep it is, especially in the Underdark.
Yeah.
That was
just jump.
Yeah.
Well, unless you're a wizard with Featherfall.
Well, still, I wouldn't, because you don't know. You could be falling for a long time, right? So
Yeah.
I always said, stay away from them. Yeah. And we didn't take into account how hot it would be down there either. I mean, it would get hot quick, right? With a pressure.
Well, yeah, the deeper you go into the earth, certainly. Yeah. Although if you have a lot of air circulation with the surface, that cools the rocks surrounding the cave itself, right? So most caves like Mammoth, the air temperature in there is
chilly,
the annual mean average.
Okay.
And also, the deeper you go, the warmer they get, I guess, in the real world.
Well, if there isn't that circulation, yeah.
Yeah. So, but on the other hand, you don't know with fantasy tectonics, so to speak, meaning fantasy geology. Yeah. I mean, you might have fire nodes and not and stuff. So yeah.
And you always have the universal. It's magic.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can always. Yeah. That's another way of dealing with it. Yeah.
But there's like one of the famous things that you see photos of, although lately I've been seeing tons of AI totally fake things, but the Cave of Swords in Mexico, they're massive gypsum crystals that were discovered in
I think I saw David Attenborough. They had a BBC had a show where they showed that one. Yeah.
So it's a place that a lot of people try to visit.
I think it's only special permission, and then they're going to seal it again. I think.
No, exactly. They don't allow that's what anybody in there because the problem is it's like 120 degrees in there because of the temperature. It's deep enough, but it's close to a volcanic area.
Yeah, so you have
so people go down in there. They've broken in. They pass out. And they find their bodies 2 weeks later because
God.
And also there was some of it that if you got like air and stuff, that this also made these crystals, they were sensitive to.
Oh, they can start breaking down.
Yeah.
So
but I think it was so
place, but you can't be in there more than a few minutes.
Yeah.
Or your health your life is in danger.
Oh yeah. Talking about all the ones that where the water receded, all those huge crystals are. And they emanate all that heat.
Yeah. But they had special equipment and stuff. The BBC had a team in, I remember, and they were scientists and stuff with them.
Oh, yeah.
And
one of the exploration missions that they used down there, they had these special kind of hazmat suits, built-in cooling units, so that they could survive.
Pretty neat. So they actually have rules for battle system, optional rules here
in
this book. So that was interesting.
I made a noble attempt at battle system and it didn't go very far.
Same here. I thought it was going to be the be-all, end-all. And then I was just like, I can do this easier, more efficient just using miniatures and using D&D rules, and that's how my gameplay came about.
But I think those rules were also meant so you had to buy as many miniatures and rule books as possible to play it. I think that was the it was not meant to be easy to play. It was meant to be profitable to sell. I think that was, and that to me that kind of made it too obvious.
Yeah, Curtis, I've been in some of the cenotes in the Yucatan as well. They're pretty cool. We zip line down into one of them.
Oh, cool. And so there are some that are not water filled, and then there are some that are water filled, or how? Okay.
Most of them are deep enough that they're water filled. But there are a few.
Yeah.
A few that
once they become not water filled, they're very dangerous and they become brittle over time, right? And they're worried about them breaking. Right.
Yeah, I guess the water kind of props it up in that sense.
Well,
yeah. I guess that
There's
might be.
Yeah.
Smoke, ventilation.
I've never been that far south in Mexico, so I've been on the west coast of Mexico, not down the east.
Pretty neat.
Yeah. I've only been on the east side.
I've never had a cave-in fall right on someone in a tunnel before.
Oh, that you had to. Yeah, you have to roll open, and you have to tell the players what the odds are, and then roll, or have the players roll. You tell the odds, and then the players roll. That's how I would, if something like that risk happening, then I want the players to make the roll, and I tell them the odds, and then they make the roll, because then so they know beforehand how big the risk is, and it's up to them to make the roll. That's my advice for handling rolls like that, to make it as fair as possible.
Optional rule. NPC's reaction to long underground adventures. I want to get the hell out of here. That's what they're saying.
Yeah. But certain type of play and in certain campaigns, that could be a cool thing to have. So you put like a timer on things, so you run out of some reason.
My thing about the D series was you couldn't teleport out, right?
Yeah.
So you had to go out the way you came unless you went into Q1.
Yeah.
Then you really had to figure out how to get home from there.
Yeah, and to me, it's something that you should introduce in a campaign or a long adventure path or something, in order to make the players have to make hard choices. Like, do we go this way and take this risk, or do we don't, and stuff. So
it's a plot tool. I mean, technically, if you can teleport between planes, you should be able to teleport to the underground. But it spoils the adventure format if players can just come and go at will. So you have to come up with a mechanic to trap players in there, and so it's the minerals, it's in the Underdark that block.
And do that before, so you can answer all these questions and make sense before, so you don't like ad hoc do it.
That's why Gary Gygax put that rule in, is he didn't want people coming and going out of the D series. Right, it had to be.
I mean, that's why he did
an all or nothing, right? And so I buy it. Okay, so I still use that. You can't.
Plus, you don't want the Dark Elves teleporting out of the D series, and it was for them hard to get out of there, right? Because you don't want them just teleporting to the surface world, raiding, and then teleporting away.
Well, right. Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So I never really looked at this, but the mining stuff could be interesting. If you're setting that up with, for a dwarven mine or something, and you have a player character, this could go a cool direction with it. So, and it's got a lot of really neat subtables here. This would be pretty cool. More quality. Yeah, that would be neat to do. Not that I'm going to do it anytime, everyone. Who's Harper? Anyone know who Harper is?
He's listed in the beginning. Okay, let's see here.
It's got some... That is his.
Greg Harper.
Greg Harper.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but I like the style. It looks really good.
Staff artist.
Staff artist. Yep. Hirelings. All right. Natural hazards. Oh, that looks cool. That looks like Melcat almost. No, Makoshet now.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, almost.
All right. New equipment. There you go. You need your equipment based on your skill. All right. Bird cage.
Well, the canary in the mine kind of thing, I guess. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
Pack animals.
Yeah.
Carrying out your ill-gotten gains and bodies of your dead companions.
Yeah. Beasts of burden. Fighting effectively. All right. Speeding play. Yeah. Arguing whether DM with other players is a hard problem to deal with. There you go. So yeah, of course it is.
Speeding play is kind of like anti 3E, is it?
Well, it's anti
Anti-5e.
D&D in general. Yeah.
Anti 5E.
Well, 5e was built to be speed things up, and initially, I think it was compared to a lot of other editions. But like every edition, the more you burden it with rules,
let's stop on this page for a moment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Talk about mapping techniques for a
Yes.
Sounds good.
Right. So for those of us who don't do miniatures with huge tables and thousands of dollars worth of who, I don't know who that could be, but
me.
when we play, I'm drawing a map of the dungeon, right? As they explore it. And theoretically the players are who's drawing the map as they're producing, right? But when you're in the Underdark, it's not as simple as sketching out the layout of the buildings or of the individual chambers, right? Because you've got long corridors that extend for kilometers, and you can't map that on a grid, right?
I use a small and a large scale. So I have one scale that I use like in overland mapping. I do the same thing. So I take one tile and make a large map where each square is like a quarter of a mile, or like in Dungeon, I would say it's 300 feet or something like that.
I can't show this map to my players because they don't know it, right?
Right.
So what I do, and if you look in your Discord, I sent you an image. And so I have a map, a DM's version of what's going on that kind of looks like this. And so when they were exploring some tunnels underneath the crystal mists,
all right,
I would describe you travel several hundred meters in this direction. There's a branch to the left, a branch to the right. I'm describing it this way. And so my players then create a line map. And the image that I sent you is
I'm gonna share it in a second.
One of the maps that Ted drew and one of my players drew when they were doing traveling from point A to point B through not caves, but these long tunnels, they go on and on and on, right? So they started off at the bottom right, which was the entrance to the surface was an orc lair. So there's an underground orc village there. And so they snuck their way through there. And so they followed the main tunnel. They kind of had rough directions from a legend that they'd looked up. And so the main line is the tunnel that they followed, and then all of the branches are tunnels that they didn't explore, right? So these all extend in all directions, like the D series mega map, right? And so wherever there's a line, that's a tunnel that extends who knows where. If you look at where the basilisk is marked, there's a line that has a crossbar. That indicates that was a dead end. That's how they know that it's a dead end and it doesn't extend into forever, right? And so they hit that dead end. There was a basilisk there, and so they had to back out and make the left to continue. And eventually
they ran.
What's that?
They fight the basilisk or they move on?
I think they fought it. I think they decided to fight it. I can't remember now. This is literally 20 years old.
It's all good.
But and so at the very end which is where they were trying to get to, is an abandoned dwarven city that had been sealed off from the surface. They couldn't find a way into it. The only way they knew how to get in was basically the back door by coming through the Underdark.
Nice.
And so this is the map that they generated over a period is about 10 kilometers, maybe.
Okay.
I forget if there's a scale. I don't think there's a scale there. There's a scale on my original, which I looked briefly for and I couldn't find it.
Nice. Okay, it makes sense.
But yeah, you can't map 10 kilometers of tunnels showing a thick, wide tunnel as if it was a room, right? It's not a room.
Right. No, it's not. It's not. It's just tunnels.
Yeah, so I had to kind of force them to use a new kind of mapping that they hadn't used before at the time.
Smart, man. That's a smart way to do it.
So yeah.
Neat.
This is really the only way to map these sort of really extensive tunnels that cover
so long,
tens,
you can't put them on
or
regular
20s or hundreds of kilometers, right?
Yeah. Very cool. Okay.
Anyways, yeah. Well, I wanted to just briefly chat about
that's smart, man.
Different styles of player mapping, short of mapping out every 10 square foot grid, right?
Right, filling the graph paper, as we would call it, right?
Yes,
the filling of graph paper would be filled. Some of us have really good knacks for doing that. Others are like, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
So
Underdark mapping takes a different. You need to use different techniques than just mapping out a dungeon.
Yeah, smart. Right, what we got here? It's 8. Oh my God, it's 8:50. Holy jeez.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got the Dungeon Master section. All right, so where do we want to go? What's a highlight here? The maps, right? The maps at Deep Earth?
Yeah, maps are really, really cool.
Okay, let's go to the maps.
Yeah.
Deep Earth, it's called. All right, there we go.
And we also have to remember how old this is. So
we have to look sideways. Yes.
Yeah, you can rotate a page, I guess, in there. So
I don't think you can rotate it without crashing his stream.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. So, all right. Wow. All right. And so there's an above ground view and then there's an underdark view, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's so cool because you can they come. Do you have empty or like blank of these? And then you take one and you can trace it, and then you move the trace paper in a little bit, and now you can actually take these into Photoshop or GIMP or something, and you can do it digitally. Really, really cool.
Oh, you can? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
You can draw up one of these isometric grids, and then you can just move it up a bit and stuff. So there is a way of doing it. Yeah.
Doing well, thank you. Neat. Look, they got all the encounter areas here too. They tell you about all the ones that are on these maps. To give you a sample area of an Underdark. If you don't want to use the D series, you want to mess around, you can do whatever you want with it, in here.
Yeah.
Which is neat. That's a great picture right there.
So these are all of the locations that I have on the PDF.
Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely. Some of these are on there. Okay.
All of them are on there.
All of them are. Wow. Okay.
Every last one that's in this book.
Nice.
They're all in that Underdark of GREYHAWK PDF. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Did not know that.
So if you want the detailed descriptions of each of the areas, I have brief descriptions on the website, but if you want more detailed descriptions of the areas on my map, this is where to go. This is where they are.
Do you want to go off on a tangent?
Is that what we do here?
Oh, that never happens. That never happens on your stream.
Sam and Patrick and a whole bunch of others were talking about Durgar in Cannon Fire. And I was under the impression no surface dwarf is going to trade with Durgar. Just not going to happen, right? What are your thoughts?
They hate each other, yeah.
Okay.
It's like are the Grey Elves going to trade with the Drow?
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said was equivalent of. So, yeah. All right. Yeah, just was curious on that. Yeah, because I think the Durgar are bad. So they're not as
Oh
bad as
yeah,
Drow,
no.
but they're lawful
As a
evil.
race, they're evil.
Yeah, they're evil. They're
Um,
evil. Yeah. Okay. Dark, Grey
yeah.
Dwarfs. Yep. They got 8,000 in here in this domain in this and that melting.
But now, are there the odd
Of course.
non-evil Durgar?
Right.
Maybe. Well, I mean, I have Durgar that are in the that Underdark party that I ran out of the city of Kor, right?
Right, but that's player characters tend to be exceptions, right?
Yes.
We have good dark elves and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah,
There were
Patrick,
drow as well in that
I'm
party.
not trying to start a fight. I'm just stating I wanted Malden's opinion on it. Dennis is like the Underdark expert in the community.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, come on, man.
I'm
You've
just
done
a person with a lot of
You've
opinions.
done a lot more than besides you and Alan Grow. You're probably the two, right? I've probably done the most work in the Underdark. That's all. That's all I was doing. I wanted to get his opinion on it. That's all I wanted. There's a drow
I don't know
realm in here
anybody
too.
else who's done a whole lot. Maybe there are people that are in the realms that have done stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, but then we have 500 Drizzits running around.
Yeah, everybody is double wielding scimitars and dancing, sword dancing, or whatever.
Drives me crazy.
Yeah.
And it's built into the Arcana rules. There is no secondhand penalty for Dark Elves in Arcana. None. You can have 10 dexterity and it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's really
I don't think I'd let that fly in my campaign.
Yeah, it's a problem. So that's where a lot of it where it comes from. The Dark Sea.
Yeah.
So is Night Below, and if I'm giving something away, sorry, but the Night Below, the main antithesis, the Aboleth?
Yes.
Okay. That's cool.
I mean, there are others in there. There's a city of Kuatoan that you go through.
Right.
Yeah, go through, and there are Illithids as well.
There's only like 2 drow in the entire thing, right? There's 2 drow characters, and that's it. Very few drow in that.
There are no drow at all.
No drow at all. Wow. Okay.
I can't remember any drow in Night Below.
Wow. Well, that's good. I've never run it. I got the box set on it, but it's too long.
Well, it is, and I've tried to run it 3 times. The third time, they actually got 50% of the way through it before the group broke up. So I've unfortunately never been able to finish it.
How about the D series?
Oh yeah, the D series we ran through in the early 80s, all the way through. Yeah. But
that is a cool. I love the look at this inside a tube cave, and then you have this inside. Yeah. I think that's a cool look.
Yeah,
that's a real cool picture.
Don't slip.
Yeah, especially when there's like 10 feet of outside. Yeah, I don't understand why anyone would make the effort of digging that much out, meaning and just to make it more unsafe, so to speak.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense as a construction.
Right. I mean, extra effort for more trouble. That seems like yeah.
Why are there no guardrails anywhere in the freaking Star Wars world? There's no guardrails anywhere. It's just like, oh, that's a 1,000-foot drop. You think there'd be a guardrail, yeah, but not. So,
you can be amazed. There are places that don't have guardrails in the real world.
Here it is. I think I still have it up. Hold on. Malden has it right on the map here. Here, so it's all here. Whole mark here. This is all Night Below over here. The 2s.
Yeah.
This is Night Below.
Yes, all the 2s, 2A through E or whatever.
Yep, that's all Night Below right here. Yep. All right.
With the map to scale and everything.
Yep. So that helps you out.
It really is that big. You cover a lot of territory in Night Below.
Yeah. Do you know the cost? I know. Is that canon? No, because Night Below is a black box. It's nowhere placed.
Yes.
It gives you suggestions, but it's black border.
I have my theory that Sargent always meant it to be GREYHAWK, but he was told to make it applicable to all of the active worlds at the time.
Another one. I think Firestorm Peak, right? That one is set in Forgotten Realms, right? But that one could be put in Greyhawk as well.
That one I don't know.
Gates of Firestorm Peak. Okay, I think it's Bruce Cordell in that one.
Yeah, I don't know that one. I don't know the origins of that one.
Yeah. Mapping your settings, some ideas with grids.
Yeah,
you can see, there you go.
Rosanna's chop suey, chop map building.
Yeah, that is that gives me a headache just looking at it. But still, that's the if you're not using terrain like I am, a lot easier for me to do this. You know that is that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. Could you create some sort of mechanical table where you can lift sections up?
Yeah, for a lot of money, but there's no need to do that now. Yeah, but yeah. So wait a minute. Firestorm Peak is generic, however, it has elements related to Cordell's neverness, yeah. Pseudo setting.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, those techniques, and these are the geomorphs for the Underdark. There's a ton of these in the D series. You can just flip them around. There's a lot of them. So there's a lot of these also for random just going through in Expedition to Ruins of Greyhawk, because there's so much underground dungeons there that just like, it's a random encounter, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's delayed. There's a bit of a delay between
6 seconds.
Is it 6 seconds? Is it that much?
I get, yeah, usually somewhere around there, but I can vary, I've noticed. Sometimes it's longer, sometimes it's shorter.
Yeah, I try not to look at me because I have
the chat. Yeah,
I have the Twitch stream there and your Zoom there.
Right.
Yeah. So I look at Zoom and
maximize my picture and that
and then pop out the chat. So I have the pop chat in
the only way I can
window.
see is the chat is over there.
Yeah. So I pop that out in a separate window and then I kill off the video feed. So that way I save both bandwidth and don't see the delayed version.
All right, so we're at 9 here. Let's go through this real quick. Dark and Hidden Ways. This is the add-on for the Dungeoneers Survival Guide. It looks like
the same style of adventures, mini adventures.
Yeah. So right off the Drow Magic User and Dracolich. I'm gonna use this one right off the bat. Boing! I like that. Look, it talks about the cult of the dragon here, so that's actually Forgotten Realms. The Harper's feared the cult. I can change that real easily. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty
quite extensive there.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot. Durgar in there too. Wow. All right.
Yeah,
Mind Flayers.
Oh, well, here. I got one. I just happen to have one right here.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh, where'd that mini come from?
About a year and a half ago, they did a half a dozen D&D minis. The other one that I picked up was
there next to it.
Was the Lady of Pain.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
They're the only two that I had. I wish in hindsight I'd picked up more of them, but those were the two that I was most interested in.
Pyrohydra and Zorn. What a mix.
Yep, Lego Illithid Wolf.
Aboleth and Cloaker. Were they addendums to the full, like I have the full D&D Lego, my son put it together. There's the Aboleth and Cloakers.
Oh, yeah.
So you got a lot of it, Ankegs. I like Ankegs out in the farmlands.
14 Ankegs?
Yeah, 14. Why not?
I didn't know they travel in herds.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they're like giant ants or something, so they...
Predators tend not to... They tend to be loners.
Germ-laden rats. Oh, my God.
Rats. All
right. Oh, there's your ad.
Cool. They should have started with that one and put the Dracolich at the end. They kind of have it backwards in level.
Yeah. And the covers doesn't even have it. That's a cool one, right?
That's a dragon cover from
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's from Dragon or maybe Dungeon, but it's one of the magazine covers.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a cheap product that just reused the information and put it together and slapped a $sign on it, so to speak. Yeah.
So there you go. we went over them pretty fast, but
Yeah.
So Dennis, highlights for you from the Dungeoneer Survival Guide. How did the non-weapon proficiencies enhance your game?
They add a lot of flavor, and it gives
Okay.
it gives players tasks that they can do, things that they can do within the adventure that's not blowing spells off, right? It's something that doesn't cost them in that sense. And they have a sense of accomplishment when they do a proficiency, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, especially at low levels. It's important at low levels because your poor wizard blows off one spell and he's done, right? He's spent his
Well,
blown
if you're
his
mean,
wand,
right? If you're
but
mean,
with proficiencies they can attempt to do other things that are
yeah,
game significant, right? They have an impact.
yeah, yeah. So those of them are rare. Oh, most of the bonus adventures didn't have the cover on them. Those of them are rare. Well, that's cool. Just I had not even don't even remember them. That's why I was like shocked that there was content that I from that era especially I never had seen before. Or
Yeah, that Wild Things cover was a Dragon
yes,
magazine
it
cover.
was. Yes, it was absolutely
Yeah, I remember it.
yeah. All right, so proficiencies for you are help and
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely, man. I did not know about them. I admit to that, and that's cool. Let's see when you think you know everything, something else comes up which is cool that you do not know about, and this is it.
Wolf alone there has got after your magic missile is cast, the mage is reduced to crying on the goblins. That's good, actually.
So you gotta get creative, everyone. So, like for example,
Yeah.
I have a bonus proficiency that all straight class magic users and illusionists get at 3rd level. It's free,
Oh, yeah.
extra spell slot. So
Ah,
when they're 3rd level, you get an extra spell slot of at most the level below your highest level. So when they're at 3rd, they get a bonus 1st. When they're 5th, they can take a bonus 2nd or 1st. When they're 7th, they can take a bonus 3rd or 2nd or 1st. Right?
oh, okay.
And that also you can take that um, as a proficiency here, even if you are not. If you're multi-class or whatever, they can take the proficiency in addition, so they can have it twice. Only straight class, not multi. Multis can only take it one time. Where is it? I'm probably looking for extra spell slot here. One extra spell to class, one level lower than highest able to cast, in lieu of a weapon slot. Yep. I have
No,
some
yeah.
straight class
Yeah.
mages that are not proficient in a weapon at all. Because if they're fighting, they're dead, right? So yeah. So they'll take resistance. This is a huge one, Dennis, in my game. Resistance reduction, target magic resistance reduced -5%. Level to 5th,
Okay.
-3%. So this is like the anti-drow, anti-demon guy, right? So if you knock off their 40% off at 10th, it's based on 11th level casting. You may get a 70% magic resistance down to 30. So, what's up, Rory? All right,
As
so
well, wizards can, if they want, can replace one spell with 3 cantrips.
oh, that's cool. That's a good way to do it too.
And so if you can only cast 2 spells, well, if one of them you swap for 3 cantrips, well, yeah, cantrips don't do much, but now you have 4 spells that you can
Right.
text through, right?
In
Once they can
sorry.
do 2nd level spells, they tend not to do that anymore, but
Yeah, in Hawktails depends a little bit on how you cast spells, but if you have spell slots, if you run out of spell slots, you can use exertion, and if you run out of that, you can use your hit points, and so you can
Drain your hit
basically
points?
cast spells until you die. So you can cast yourself to death if you want, so to speak. Yeah, you can go beyond the regular, so to speak. So yeah.
So for me,
if you want to,
I will give out items with bonus. Like I'll give out the cloak of the thaumaturgist, right? and it'll be the equivalent of Brazier's Armor Class 7 with a bonus second level slot. So when they wear that, they get. So say they're third, and it'll be or say they're fifth. 4, 2, 1, right? 4 first, 2 second, 1 third. That would be a 5th level spellcaster. That would be 4, 3, 1. Now they also have extra spell slots. So you're going to add a magic missile or a second level spell. 5, 3, 1. Right? Pumps them up just a hair, just enough. All right.
Yeah.
I've play tested it for 25, 30 years. It works. Also, I love to give out more wands, right? I give out a little bit more in the wand realm. So more wands of magic missiles, wands of shadow bolts, wands of burning hands. Right. And that helps a little bit. So just a way to get them from being as Gary Gygax puts it, useless. Yeah.
Yeah, and in Hawktails, I wanted them grittier, and I wanted them powerful and grittier, but so they have more power, and if they want to, so to speak. So it's again, it's player choice. Do I want to burn this? And yep.
All right. So do the audience have any questions of us? And Dennis, thanks for coming on, man. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, always great to have you here.
I think it's one of the most underrated early crunch books. It's and so I have no problem with promoting it.
I like
had
both
a lot of cool stuff that was completely new for the time.
Yes,
if more to come out today, it's like there's so much other stuff in all of these rules.
Yeah, and
out, right?
both
at the time it was unique. It was
absolutely
interesting.
Yep.
I think they would have been okay without the Wilderness Survivor Guide too. I think.
No, I liked the idea of the Wilderness Survivor Guide. The problem was that the tables were a little bit kind of hard. But and again, that was such a new concept to do wilderness overland adventures that was never been dealt with really much at all. It was just a tiny little. It was like half a page in the beginning of an adventure. Something happened before you got to this was adventuring outside and have long adventures. That was a new thing at the time. So yeah.
Well, and I mean this really went a long way because the D series is just so thin.
Yeah.
Right? So this really was the thing that could turn the Underdark into a campaign setting.
Yeah.
But I think that the Dungeoneers Guide is a strong one because that's the one that it has some more cool stuff in it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I think, well, Wilderness come out first or second?
Second,
yes.
Because it says right in there, Kim Mohan says, I don't know how I'm going to top Doug Niles' book.
Yeah, well, at least it was made. How different when they came out, I'm not really sure. But at least the Dungeoneers Guide was written before the Wilderness, or the vice versa, so to speak, because they were aware of the Dungeoneers Guide when they wrote the Wilderness. So yeah.
I guess they couldn't catch lightning in the bottle twice.
No, and
no,
I think that they printed an awful lot of them too, and that's why that supplement came out 4 years later. They're like, well, all right, we have a lot of these books still.
Try to peddle it again.
Too. And also it's a way of extending their life into the second edition when that came out. So
yeah.
So
And it was a great book for its time. Common now, but back then it was new. It was
fun.
Yeah, and when 20-year-old me loved the Wilderness Guide, and 60-year-old me like, yep.
We all have our supplemental rules that we use, right? And but we picked it from not just one book, from 100 different sources.
Oh yeah.
And we all just play test, and that's how we come up with our style, and that's why there's no two DMs that are alike, and that's why I love old school, because that flexibility, if you knew what you were, know what you're doing, you could come up with something really rich and fresh, and
I can just attest now. I got a good insight in how much my way of running the game actually have changed over the decades.
Absolutely, Anna, 100%. So appreciate you all coming on tonight. Dennis, anything you want to promote?
No, I don't think so. We've still got stuff. Lately, we've been working on the Spelljammer magazine.
Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah, we were plugging away at some of that lately. It's crazy season at work right now. Registration is open, so there's not
for next semester.
Yeah, so summer semester registration is opened. So there's that.
Understood.
No, someday I'll be retired like Anna, and I'll be able to.
Well, we'll see how long that lasts, but we'll see. Yep.
Dennis, I'm under 3 years, man. I had the countdowns going.
Yeah, I don't dare do the countdown. They don't pay me enough for that.
What, college professor like you, tenured college professor?
I'm not tenured professor though.
Oh, really?
My position, unfortunately, is a staff position.
Oh.
I have colleagues with my same degrees that literally make 3 times what I make.
Oh, sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah. No, so no, I'm my primary, I do teach courses as a sessional instructor, but my main position is an academic advisor, and it's a staff position. So.
Okay.
Which means it's not protected by tenure. And I have colleagues that, because we're in terrible budget crunch period right now, I have colleagues that were laid off because they don't have the protection, right? The tenure. Yeah, no, I'm not faculty. I'm staff. Yeah.
Well, you're still there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Good.
Oh, I love what I do. I absolutely love what I do. Absolutely.
And it can happen to anyone. I mean, the company I was with for almost I was there 29 plus years, a couple of years ago.
So, yeah.
Let go,
Yeah.
Got a year severance. That was the only good thing about it.
Yeah, well, it happened to my wife. She worked for a consulting company that got bought out, who said everyone's going to be we're all going to be sharing work and blah, blah, blah. And a year later, they axed 1,200 people.
Yeah, of course.
And she got laid off. And she got another great job, which she loves even more than that other one.
Sometimes it works
good
out.
Came out
in
of
the
it.
end, it worked out. In the end, it worked out great.
Curtis says you are GREYHAWK faculty here, so yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Well, thank you, Curtis.
Soon you will get tenure, Dennis.
I'll have to wear a mortarboard or something.
Yeah. Yep.
So, Anna, anything going on?
Yes, lots and lots of stuff. But I mean, the process of getting shit done. So nothing to show yet. But yes, exactly. That's the thing. No, I'm very sorry I haven't posted much, but I mean, they're getting shit done, and that comes in a lot of stuff. And I'm also I haven't announced anything. There's nothing to announce yet, but I guess I can tell a few people of you because you are the first one to should hear. There might be that I have to move back to Sweden next year. We'll see.
Oh.
Yeah. It's sad if it happens, but yeah, but it's I have to. It's something that might happen. Yeah, it's hopefully not likely.
Keep us in the loop.
You're getting conscripted back into the military?
No, they can't conscript me, but they can demand me back, so to speak. So yeah, so
is it the Swedish side or the American side that's forcing it?
Well, mostly the Swedish side might be needed, so to speak, but it's things have consequences, so this might be one of them. We'll see. It's nothing. Hopefully it doesn't get to that, but it's something that Plan B is something I need to be prepared for, so to speak. So both all the logistics just in case, and also the stuff of getting fit for active duty. So that's the other. Too. So at 60 it's kind of tougher, but
gosh.
Yeah, well, everybody, if you serve, you have to be fit for duty. That doesn't matter what
your previous occupation is not as a fighter pilot is not.
No, that's probably not going to. They're not going to put me in a plane again.
It's like being a football player.
Yeah. You're past. You're past that. I have glasses and stuff. My night vision is not good enough, and my glasses.
Aspect of it.
Yes. Yeah. In that case, so it will be something else. I don't know.
The other time thing that I have is I'm working on a research paper with a friend that we're trying to get done. But
yeah, but hopefully it will not happen. The world might settle down. You never know. I wouldn't hold it for too likely, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
Ah.
Are you live on Friday?
Yes, that's the plan.
What show are you on tomorrow night? Aren't you on
Am
with
I?
Steven tomorrow night on the YouTube channel?
Oh, was that tomorrow night? I haven't heard a thing about that, Mir.
Oh, you better.
I haven't heard anything more about that. I've been asked to go on a couple of other ones that I need to reply to. So yeah,
yeah, we're getting bombarded. By the way, if you didn't see, I have my own EN World whole thing about me on there.
Oh God, yeah.
Jay is the only stream or podcast that's ever asked me to be on.
Oh man, come on. Yeah, absolutely. For you though, come on, Dennis. You're part of that GREYHAWK world and stuff, and you know the YouTubers aren't GREYHAWK people except for Joe Block, right? So
true.
Professor DM's not asking any of us to come on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, and Clownfish actually had Rob Kuntz on about a year ago. Badmouth Watsy and stuff, but you know, we don't need to do any of that. So yeah.
No.
So
Curtis, the G&T test. That's awesome.
Here's what's going on. Tomorrow night.
Ooh.
Oh, let me show you the pictures here on this Pursuit of Truth Part 2. So they've come across Thunderlips and the other barbarians. Found out they believe that Emerson, she has actually allied with Thunderlips, and that's got Rob's character Gom, the Confident, all pissed off. In fact, he cut the Frost Woman's head off and threw her head into the fire, which was awesome. I love getting characters angry. Here's a picture. So there's Gom. There's the blue. That blue figure's the body of the Frost Woman, and so he chopped her head off and threw her into the fire. There's already a body burning there, and here's another aspect of it. So there's a lot of dead. There's the stairs to nowhere up, and the portal's been active. That's a Verbeeg in the background, by the way, a large one there. So that's where we are. New terrain pick. This shows, I'll just do this one. I'll do this one at a distance. So, oh, look at that. There we go. So, wonder what that is. Yeah. And that'll be, I'll get those ads out probably.
It must be a portal to Sigil.
What's Sigil, Dennis? Just kidding. No, I'm doing a lot of portals, but all within GREYHAWK. Yes. So,
okay.
Yes. No. Yeah, but that is what we got going tomorrow night. Finishing it up, part 2. Tiffany is on. Tiffany Rosenickle, Myriad, Amanda Show Me the Dice, Korg, Phantom, and Tom from my group. Finishing up.
You don't have any doubled photos here.
No, that was a joke one. That's tomorrow night's group. And then for Saturday morning at 11, there's Brett's picture.
There we go.
Show Me Dice, Myriad, Bella, Sparkles, Mandy, Cherry Blossom, and Curtis and Brett playing. So and that is in Ruins Awaiting. So we all know that Bella's character named Maris, and if you read the last GREYHAWK Journal 2, the Tiara of Power that she wears in that article, the joint article I did with Ed, there's 2 gem slots missing. So somehow she apparently has figured out where she thinks one of these gems are for her tiara, and she's going to put a group together, use all them to get her to get this gem. Because why not use people? Because she's above you all. That's what the tiara is telling her. So yes, so that what could go wrong in this adventure?
Could you use any of the things from Yellow Skull from Temple of Elemental Evil?
I did not, but I used some of my own
Or
stuff.
how about the gems from the Landthorn from Sod?
Oh my gosh, no. That's they'd have these are scalable abilities. Like one has a magic missile that scales with her level, cold snap spell, lightning blast, those kind. The main gem's missing. So, but it increases in power as she gets more of them. So yeah, it's more like spell like magic user effects. But if she's 9th level, it's 5 die 4 plus 5 from the magic missile. It scales with her, so it's a scalable item. So that'll be on Saturday, and then in 2 Sundays, Ed's back for on Gavin next Sunday. I'm not sure what we're doing, but the Sunday after, Ed will be back on for a nice chat.
I'm gonna have to come up with a reason, some reason at some point to be on a stream with Ed.
Oh, we draft you in for whatever reason. You don't need a reason, Dennis. You can just
no,
come on
no,
and,
we got
yeah.
there needs to be a
always,
legit reason.
Like we can always talk about the Underdark. We could talk. We did it before. We could re-examine the Dark Elves of Forgotten Realms versus the Dark Elves of Greyhawk, and how distinctly different they are. I mean, we could do that in the future. You know, that would be a good one.
Get off my cloud. Thank you. Good to hear. Good to hear.
That's great to hear, because that and you can thank Joe Block too. That he made the T0 up. It's a good start. Get your feet wet a little bit in that. Yeah. Be like Lennon, just show up. Yeah. Well,
yes.
Yeah. Be like Lennon. Yeah, absolutely. All right, here we go.
Nobody can be like Len.
Len was a legend on that. All right, here we go. Let's see who wins. Exclamation point drawing, last call, and then we'll raid into someone. We'll figure that out. Wait a minute. Let's just hit that button there. All right. I hit it twice. All right. And if you have these already, we'll find something that you don't have. Cloudbot, giveaways. I'm going to close it out in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Get some other people in. Here we go. Closing it out. The winner tonight. Doc Shoulder. Doc. I'm assuming you have treasures. Do you have it beyond the Crystal Cave? Treasures are beyond the Crystal Cave, Doc. Let me know. Yep. All good, man. All good. You just let me know. Let me know in chat. Good. Grats. All right. Tonight. I think I may go into Game Master Eric because he participated in our fundraiser and did a good job with it. So I may raid into him and change things up a little bit here. Why not? That's funny. An autographed photo of Fritz Winchester. That is hysterical, Curtis. So, Dennis, Anna, thanks. So, let me hit a wrong button.
Thank you, and thank you everybody for being here. Yeah.
See you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
It's always fun.
Enjoy. Awesome. I know we ran a little late. Sorry about that. Had some fun.
And Dennis was here, so that's why we had to run late. Yep.
Mysterious Tim.
Oh, come on. You always go late.
Not always. Sometimes we have to, but a little bit late. So, yeah. I've started a render too on my other computer. So that's
my gosh. See, that's great that you can do that while you're messing
around. Yeah, since I have 3 computers, so I have a special render computer in my main, and then there's the computer I use for streaming and all that stuff. And my laptop is a 4th computer that I use for email and whatnot. So yeah, so now I have a good setup, and that way I have all my files on my laptop. So if I go places, I can have all the stuff with me. So it's good.
80, nice. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See you tomorrow night. Awesome. Shut this off.